I think
We're
we're
live.
live. It says
Oh,
live.
let's see. It says live. I have it pulled up on a separate tab right now. Let's see. It still says waiting.
What are we waiting for?
I don't know.
It says live on my end. Why is it saying
Yeah, it
live?
says live on my screen too on StreamYard. Hold on, I just got a notification. Maybe that's it. Oh no, that's something else. Because it says live on StreamYard for me too. I see live in the corner, 32 seconds. I'm refreshing on YouTube to see if it's going live.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. We're live. I'm refreshing on YouTube to see if it's going live. Okay, there we go. We're live. Okay, let me mute this so I don't mess up anything. Okay, we're definitely live.
Can you see it on YouTube?
I can see it on YouTube. Yes.
Oh!
Yes.
Oh. Yes! How exciting!
I know. It's kind of trippy, so I'm not going to look at the YouTube. I'm just going to look at the StreamYard one. Hi,
Right, I'm going to put
everyone.
that here so that I can see any comments that might come in.
Can we see the comments on StreamYard or can we see them only on YouTube?
I think only on YouTube.
Only on YouTube.
Actually,
Okay.
no. You can see it on StreamYard. It has a tab that says comments. I see Charlotte. Hi, Charlotte. Hello from New Hampshire. Hampshire?
Hi.
Right. So I can see it here on my StreamYard. Can you see it, Jilly?
Oh, now I can see it. Okay, perfect. Awesome.
All right,
Hi, Charlotte.
good. We're in business. Girl, I'd be in business.
All right.
All right.
Okay, so you did not do a mock-up, you said.
I did not do a mock-up.
Okay, I definitely did a mock-up.
I did not do a mock-up.
And I'm nervous.
Everybody. So we've got 5 viewers on. So hi, everybody. Thank you guys for joining us today. I'm Chris. If you do not know, if you're new here, I'm Chris, also known as On Social. And I've got with me today Jilly, the curated curvy, and we are super excited and so nervous about this undertaking. But we are glad to be in this space today. We are happy that you are joining us for this live. I'm going to set my clock in just a couple of minutes. But before I do, Jilly's here, I'm here, and indulge me for just like 2 minutes, like time me, because I need to invite God's presence into this place because listen to me, I am a bundle of nerves. So 2 seconds, let's pray. Gracious God, thank you for this opportunity to gather as sewers, people who are enthusiastic about one thing, and that is sewing. I pray that you will enter into this place today. Your word says where 2 or 3 are gathered, there you are also. So we are inviting your presence into this space today. We pray, Heavenly Father, that this gathering will be fruitful, that it will help us to build community, and that we will enjoy this session and we will only be flooded with positivity from this community. So as we partake in this journey today, Heavenly Father, I pray that you will still our nerves so that we can accomplish this task. And at the end of the day, just have fun gathering as a community. So in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Woo!
Amen.
All right, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
So,
okay.
Yeah, so today we are going to be sewing up the True Bias Blair skirt. I'm doing view B. Jilly, what are you doing?
I'm doing view A.
That's smart. Shorter seams, girl.
I'm doing view A, and I'm not doing the belt loops. Are you doing the belt?
I thought I was doing the belt, but maybe I won't do the belt.
Yeah, I'm not doing the belt because I couldn't find a buckle. And I know if I don't have like the buckle situation, it's just, so I'm not going to do it.
Well, I wasn't going to do the belt. I was going to do the belt loop so I could wear it like a ready-to-wear belt.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
We will see. So I'm using plain, boring black fabric because I put it out there on my YouTube and people were like, listen, you are safe with black. You can wear it to work. Try that one. Jilly, what are you sewing up with? I
am using an embroidered denim that I got from Joann's this is the camera that I got from Joann's last minute. I originally was just going to do like regular standard blue denim. Mm-hmm. But then I saw this when I was like in there recently and I was just like, oh, it's so pretty. I saw that on your video. Yeah, so I'm sticking with that one. Okay, sweet. All right, so we're doing like Great Black Sewing Bee. So I don't know how many of you can actually watch the Great British Sewing Bee, but in the very first episode of season 10, the sewists had 3.5 hours to sew up
an A-line skirt, and it had like tons of top stitching. And that is where the idea for this live sort of just bloomed. And I was super excited that Jilly agreed. We are going to be doing the True Bias skirt because I thought it was a similar sort of silhouette to the pattern that they were using on the Great British Sewing Bee. Hi, Diana. Welcome
Hey,
to the
Diana.
stand.
How are you?
And so we are giving ourselves 3.5 hours to get this done. Now, I need to have a timer. Let us see if I can pull up my timer on my iPad.
I should have one just for safety purposes too.
Yes, please. So we are doing 3 hours and 30 minutes.
Where's my phone?
Oh gosh, it is so hot here. I don't know where you guys are at, but it is roasting in my part of the world. In case you do not know, I'm an island girl. I live in a tiny, 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 tiny island in the Caribbean called Montserrat. We are completely insignificant to the rest of the world. Our population is less than 5,000 people. And so wow. I'm happy to have made some sewing friends so that I can converse with other sewing people. Needless to say, I do not have in real life sewing friends. Not really. I had one and she sort of gotten herself into other things. So it's just me. So I'm really, really happy to be able to build this community here on YouTube and of course over on Instagram and on TikTok as well. Jilly, do you have your timer ready?
I have my timer ready.
All right. So I'm setting my timer for 3 hours and 30 minutes. And let us begin. So I press
okay.
That. So it's about to go down, girls.
All right, I'm so nervous. I didn't load my bobbins. Did you load your bobbins and everything?
I did. I changed my threads in my serger, in my machine. I loaded my bobbins, everything. So I'm ready to go.
You are doing way better than me already.
I haven't done my markings on my pattern pieces though.
Okay.
So I need to go ahead and do that.
Do you print or do you do copy shop?
We don't have copy shop here. So I print my PDF pattern. I printed my PDF pattern, assembled it, and did all of my like fitting adjustments to it. So I made like 2 fitting adjustments. I did a hollow hip adjustment just because my side seams tend to be a little bit long. And I also did a full tummy adjustment because my girl, we're going to see about this one. What did you do for sizing?
So for sizing, originally I cut out a size 18 and then I tried it and it fit around the hips and around the mom tom. But like I said, my bum is natural. It's just larger. Like I was blessed back there. So it didn't fit in the back area. So I went ahead and I did a full bum adjustment, which they actually have on the True Bias website. She said that this was one of the common issues that her testers were having with the pattern. So they have like the complete tutorial on the website of how to do it.
Oh, sweet.
So that was nice. Well, hey, Smo, how are you? Hi, Pat. I gotta turn this all the way up so I can hear.
Right. Hi, Pat. Hi, Mo. Thanks for joining us. So we're just about to get started. Our timers are already running. Jilly, do you sew your garments following like the pattern instructions, like in terms of steps, construction steps?
Say that again.
Do you sew your patterns together based on the construction steps in the instructions? Like, do you follow them like 1, 2, 3, 4, like in order?
Yes. For Big Four, no, because I feel like their instructions never make sense to me. But for indie patterns, I usually find that they do like a really good job of laying things out sequentially. So for indie patterns, I do tend to follow the steps. What about you?
I'm sort of just like all over the place usually. Sometimes I do a step and I'm like, nah, I don't feel like doing that. Let me try something else. But this pattern, I noticed that the instructions have you start with the, I think it was the pockets. I think I had a look at there's a YouTube sew along for this pattern.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, oh yeah, it does start with the pockets. But the first thing I need to do is to go and put my markings in because I do not have any markings in.
Okay, I'm going to start with the pockets. I'm going to move the camera closer. Sorry, guys, if I'm like all in your faces, but I feel like my computer is not where my camera at. So this is weird for me. Also, anyone in the comments, are you guys sewing right now? What are you making? Uh-oh. I think I put my markings on the wrong side of the pattern.
Eep! Oh, no!
What happened? Oh, for me, yeah.
I know that some of them go on the outside, the pocket markings, I think.
The pocket markings definitely go on the outside.
Right, right.
But I feel like, will anybody know if the pieces are like flipped wrong way from another? Because it's just embroidered denim.
Well, I guess for you, no. Like my fabric is just plain black as well.
Is
But
it like the same on both sides, or is there a differentiation?
it
Differentiation?
it looks the same to me, but I'm trying to use all of the pieces on the same side just in case like there's a subtle difference.
Also, I don't think black is boring. I feel like a black skirt like that is a classic piece. Like that's something that will be like a forever staple, you know?
That's what somebody said. It's like you can't go wrong with black. Black is basic and you get lots of wear out of it. Because it was
Exactly.
this black one or there was like this um gingham situation. I shared it in
Mm-hmm.
my video, and I was like, I really want to sew up this pink gingham, but then I was like, do I
Mm-hmm.
want to cut this pink gingham and then I get left back with like an odd piece?
Yeah.
And so I was asking, like, what do you guys think? And everybody was like, no, 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 go and sew the black skirt. And I'm like, okay, all right, black it's gonna be. So I just decided to do this black skirt.
Yeah, I feel that though. Like I'm all for like a fun frilly piece, but I think the problem that I'm having in my wardrobe right now is everything is fun and frilly, and so like they just don't work together.
I can relate, and I hardly ever buy any like solid print fabrics, like solid fabrics. Most of my fabrics are like printed and colorful and bold and in your face, and I'm just like, nothing goes with anything anymore.
Exactly. Exactly. Cohesion is like not a thing. Diana, did you already put up your post for Hot Girl Summer, or you're finishing it to post? When Rochelle put the call out for Hot Girl Summer, I was like, make me first so that I can get it over with.
How was that experience though? Like sewing that you do sew with like a lot of new look patterns generally?
No, that was my first new look pattern ever sewing with.
Oh word.
Yeah, I don't sew with new look because typically they're never on sale and I'm cheap. So I usually just go for like the big four when they're on sale. Although now, like here in the States, the sales have changed. So they're kind of, in my opinion, like Butterick was on sale for $4, whereas we were paying $2 before.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
That was
awesome.
with new look as well.
Huh?
That was my first time sewing with new look as well.
What did you think of it?
Listen, I had to force myself to complete my project. I hated it, Jilly. Oh my goodness.
Why?
I don't know, it just didn't feel like, I'm just like, oh, it didn't come together like I thought it would.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, I'm not liking how it's looking, but I know I have to finish it because I'm part of this challenge and I don't want to
Exactly.
just, you know? So I kept going.
Exactly.
And I mean, I ended up with something that I can wear. I mean, like, I can wear it. It's just that I'm not crazy about it.
I feel that.
Yeah, I'm not crazy. Oh, I didn't put my markings in for my pocket.
I feel that.
Yeah, is anybody else sewing with like new look patterns? Like, do you guys have a lot of new look patterns?
You're right, Dan. I am not cheap. I am just more selective. I feel that. Because like after a while, like if we're buying things just to try them out, but like we're investing our money into it, it's like, is it worth it to like keep investing and like trial and error, or to just like stick to the things are gonna work?
I'm
And like
kind of
I
like
know,
things now. I think when
huh?
I first started sewing, I was like, I want to try everything. Try everything.
Same. Oh my gosh, same.
Now I feel like more like, nah, I think I need to stick to what works.
Because I know what works. Like I know for big four, like McCall's and Simplicity, I know how they fit my body. I know what adjustments I need to make. There's like no stress there.
True. I get that. And that is why I started the pattern hackathon as well. Because I'm like, we have all of these patterns already. We've already
Yes.
decided that they fit. We've made all of these adjustments to it. And it's just something simple like changing a neckline or something like that. Like we can do that without like buying a pattern that is very similar to something that we already have.
Exactly. Literally, Diana just said that in the chat right now. Like she said, we can hack to create the look we want, which is like so true. And I think it's good because I feel like some people like don't realize like the potential in their patterns, because they're always pushing new designs on us.
That is true too.
Somebody said there's too much light. Okay, I'm gonna try and close my window in general and see if that helps. Give me 1 second. Because my desk is literally in front of my sewing table so that I can see because my sewing room is so dark. But maybe it would help. Hold on one second, guys. Let's see. Can you guys still see me? Is that better? Let me know in the chat. It's a little darker, but maybe that gets rid of the glare. Or I can tilt you down to the table more. How's that? That looks better. Let me know, guys. Is that better?
All right. Jilly, do you stay stitch?
No, I do not stay stitch. I hate stay stitching so much.
Really? Why?
I feel like, I don't know. It's just an impatience thing, I think. And also, like, depending on how you're finishing your edges, right? Like, if you, like, understitch, like, if you're doing binding and you understitch, I feel like that stitch secures it. So, like, stay stitching to me is just, I don't like it. I never stay stitch. Unless it's a neckline that I know I'm going to have to try on. Because then you're stretching out the neckline, right?
Yeah.
But otherwise, I don't do it. What about you?
I definitely stay stitch. Like, oh my goodness, I never get my stay stitching.
No?
Ah,
I hate it.
My pieces like stretching out.
Uh-huh.
Oh my goodness. I have had experiences with that. I'm like, nah, you say I'm gonna stay stitch, I'm gonna stay stitch.
Like I said, only if it's a neckline because I know I'm gonna try and fit it. But other than that, I just feel like it takes so much time.
True, and thread.
I'm too impatient. That's the problem.
What about you guys? Do you guys stay stitch? Yes, Diana, you and me both, baby. We gotta stay stitch.
She stay stitches? Oh,
yeah.
I'm the odd one out here.
Diana's like, yep, I stay stitch everything. Anybody else? Hi, Helen. Thanks for joining.
Hi, Helen.
So where are you guys from? So Helen is from Arizona. Somebody said they were from New Hampshire. I hope.
Yeah, Charlotte is New Hampshire. I know Diana is in South Florida.
Yeah, Diana's in South Florida. We've got somebody from Pennsylvania.
Oh, cool. I'm in Texas.
Texas, baby.
I'm from South Florida, but I'm in Texas. Huh?
Everything is bigger in Texas.
That's what they say, but it's just hotter.
My daughter asked me so just yesterday. She's like, Mommy, I heard at school that everything is bigger in Texas. Is that true? And I'm like, well, I've never been, but I hear that that's what they say all the time.
That's what they say. I don't know. The houses are bigger, but again, I'm from South Florida, so that doesn't count.
Oh,
Helen says she definitely stays stitches, huh?
You're from South Florida?
Yeah, I'm from South Florida. I was born and raised in Miami, Florida. We moved here for my husband's job.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
I've got family in South Florida, so usually when I vacation, that's where I'm going, to Florida.
Same. I'll be there literally in 2 weeks, Diana. Don't forget about me. Let's see. Helen says she stay stitches everything. Pat also says she stay. Maybe I need to start stay stitching more.
For the rogue one, girl.
Exactly. I'm not gonna stay stitch today though.
But you're using denim, right? So
yeah, I'm using denim, so it's not gonna stretch that much.
I think this is a wool blend that I'm using. I think.
I saw it in your video. I think I have some with like that same like selvage edge.
Uh-huh.
I got it like off of like a clearance rack in like the Dallas Fabric District.
Uh-huh.
And it's just been sitting in my stash. I have no idea what to do with it.
Boy, I'm telling you. I've got too much fabric. I mean, it says no.
Don't we all? Don't we all?
Sometimes trying and fabric, it takes me forever.
Say that again?
Sometimes just trying to pick a project takes me forever because it's so much fabric and so many patterns.
Exactly. I like make plans and then it's like I never do them because I'll see like something else new and shiny like in my stash and then it's like, oh, I'd rather do that. So
instead.
Exactly. I'm stitching together my pockets now. Where are you at?
I'm doing my dots.
Oh, you're doing your darts first? Smart.
Yep. as usual, let me just consult these instructions.
Do you print your instructions or do you look at them on the computer?
I'm looking at them on the computer.
You look at them on the computer?
Uh-huh. Do you print yours?
I print mine in cute little booklets, see?
Oh! That's kind of cool.
Right? And then I can keep it with the pattern store. Now I've been using a lot of projector patterns, but with paper patterns, I can just store it with the pattern.
Uh-huh.
So when I'm ready to make it again, I don't have to use the computer if I don't want to.
That might be easy on the eyes, though. That's a good idea.
Well, how I do it, it is pretty small. So if you wear glasses or something like that, it's probably not ideal.
I don't wear, well, I kind of wear glasses, but I don't.
You're supposed to, but you don't.
I've got astigmatism, and I got different consultations, and one was like, I need to wear glasses, and the other was like, you don't need to wear glasses. So guess which one I picked?
You went with the I don't need it then?
Yeah, and I've got the glasses, but I was just finding like they didn't make a difference to me. It didn't feel like it was making much of a difference.
Okay.
I can't be asked, so I don't wear my glasses.
I feel that though.
I don't wear my glasses.
But don't they say if you don't wear them, it will get like worse? Hold on. Diana says, let's not talk about fabrics. I'm drowning. Oh my gosh, me too. I recently just redid my sewing room, and I was ashamed at how many bolts it took to store all of my fabrics. Spoiler alert, I think I was like 4 shy of 200 bolts.
What?
Yeah, a fabric.
Wow.
Yeah, it's bad.
That is a lot of fabric, Julie.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I can't lie. I cannot lie.
Oh.
Mo also stays stitches. Diana said she does not always read the instructions. Huh?
You are on your own, girl. You're the only
I
one.
definitely am on my own. No one else has said they don't stay stitch at this point. It is just me. Maybe I'm doing something. Maybe I need to start. I won't start today, but I'll consider it.
All right, I'm almost finished with my dots. Is anybody else sewing? I think Diana said she was working.
Yeah, she's finishing up her new look set. Let's see. It says I to print PDF instructions as well. Right? It's just so much easier for me to have them. I think also because I'm like low-key kind of scatterbrained, that like if they're on my desk and like it's just one less thing I have to do, you know?
Diana says you're going big with your fabrics, Julie.
That's true, because in Florida I didn't even have a fabric stash. But now that I know that, I am making a conscious effort to work through my stash, even though this fabric is not from my stash. We'll talk about that later.
Did you buy this one specifically for this session?
I didn't intend to, but I did. I was at Joann's because I needed, like we were talking about earlier, like solid color prints. I mean, not prints, but like solid color fabrics, because I just don't have anything like, I don't have any neutrals in my stash. And I saw this while I was there. I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. So I picked it up.
Was it hot in your Joann? I think I saw Kizzy of Kizzy Stitches. She was on Instagram talking about how hot it was in her Joann. Like the AC was off or something. And then she said that somebody in New York was saying the same thing. Like what's going on with Joann?
Oh, no.
Does anybody know?
It definitely was not. The AC was working. I just wouldn't go if it was hot. Because, listen, I could stand outside for that, you know?
Yeah,
for free.
She was talking about it on her Instagram. I said, what's happening? Is it because of this bankruptcy thing?
Yeah, Joann's is a hot mess right now. I don't know about anybody else in the chat. You guys let me know. But like Joann's in general is just a hot mess. Like they're not restocking the patterns in a timely fashion. Like they're understaffed. The staff who are there are overworked. It's kind of chaotic right now.
Wow.
So largely in part, I've been trying to avoid it.
What are you guys gonna do if they close Joann?
Hey, Rochelle. If they close Joann's, we have like a little fabric district. It's not much. It's like 4 fabric stores in Dallas. I'll just go there.
You see, you guys have options.
Yes.
You guys have options. Like there's
Yeah,
no
Rochelle said Joann's is a mess too.
like my island doesn't have like fabric stores.
It doesn't have any?
I order everything online.
Oh, and do you have to pay customs?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh.
I gotta pay shipping and I gotta pay customs. And listen, whoo, child.
That sounds like a lot.
Yep. It's a very expensive hobby in my opinion. Definitely an expensive hobby.
Rochelle says she started buying on Simplicity instead of Joann's. I feel that. I've been seeing that their sales are pretty comparable. Like it doesn't even seem like now the prices at Joann's are charging like for their sales. Simplicity's charging the same price. So I'm actually asking myself, like, literally, what is even the point? Like everything in there is overpriced. And right, Deborah, nothing is ever restocked. Like it just stays like the same like merchandise forever.
Wow.
They better get it together. But I feel you, Rochelle. I'm probably just gonna start doing the same thing. Because then you can get the patterns when they actually come out.
True.
We have some local stores here
with the PDF patterns because, like, for me to get like paper patterns, I would only get them like once a year when I travel to the States or something like that. And I was always like behind.
Yeah, so, that's how it feels at Joann's now. So you're not behind because they never up to date. Mo says she went to Joann's a couple days ago and the AC was also not on. Interesting. She said it looked like a tornado hit. I'm telling you, I don't feel like they have enough workers there. And like the people who are there, I feel like they're having to like work double the amount because nobody's there, which is not fair to the people who work there.
What do you think is going to happen? Do you think they'll close down?
Huh?
Do you think they will close down?
I don't know. They're trying real hard not to. I think they need to like restructure and actually listen to the customers. Like we're all on Instagram complaining. I just don't want PDFs. I'm not a fan. I'm scared of the Joann's PDF patterns. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know like sizing what that would look like. Rochelle said, "What happened to their AC? Most Joann's do not have AC now." Listen, I feel you, Rochelle. I'm not gonna go somewhere where I have to pay money like as a customer and be uncomfortable. Like that's just wild to me.
Oh gosh, it's hot.
Did you put on your little fan or not yet?
I do have it, but no, I'm at the ironing board and I'm roasting. Woo!
Oh, yeah. Actually, like closing my window helped a lot. So that was a pretty good idea.
With your lighting?
With not with the lighting, but with the heat. And everybody says they can see better, so that helps too.
Okay, sweet.
Hold on, let's see. What I'm going. Oh, okay. Deanna's going later. Rochelle, have you tried the PDFs from Simplicity's website already?
Well, you all are lucky because everybody else.
Okay. You're talking about putting them together. Say that again. I'm sorry. Chris?
I was saying that everybody else has like central cooling. And as Caribbean folk, we're just roasting all the time.
And it's warm all year, right? Like you guys just have 4 seasons of summer.
Yep, pretty much. Pretty much. It's hot here all year round. But the cost of electricity here is phenomenal. It's massive.
Yeah, I can imagine because it's kind of like out of the way, you said, right?
Yeah. So when I only get like AC when I go to work. And that's because I work for the government. I'm telling you, it's so hot.
But I mean, the trade-off is like it's just beautiful, I would imagine, where you're at. All of your photos are like stunning, the backgrounds.
I think what happens is we kind of take it for granted.
Yeah.
So things like going to the beach and that sort of thing, like,
yeah.
I'm just like, nah, my kids love that. They're like, Mom, can I go to the beach? I'm like, no, I'm going to stay home and sew. Like, as other people in the Caribbean, you're at the beach all the time, but... No.
I was like that. I'm from Miami, and it's like I never would like go to the beach frequently. And then I moved to Texas, and they go to lakes for beaches. No offense if you're from Texas, but that's wild to me. And so now I'm like all about going to the beach when I go to South Florida. All right. I'll be right back when I get out of Walmart. Okay, cool beans, cool beans, cool beans.
Right. So I've done my dots, Jilly. So I'm going to start working on my pockets now.
Okay, I got the pocket sewn together, but not turned out. And I just remembered I can't put on the pockets until I do the darts, and I'm stopping to do the darts.
All right.
Chris, Diana said, is it humid there?
Uh-huh. You bet.
Helen said, it's so hot in Arizona, they have to have AC. I would imagine. Oh my gosh, yes, I would imagine. Because that's like desert land, right, Helen? Forgive me if my ignorance. Okay, I am pinning the darts. In Haiti, it's hot but not humid. Oh, so you guys get like a breeze. I could live with that. The humidity is just like it's something else because all that hot moisture just sticks to you. Yes, it was 117 yesterday. My goodness.
Wow.
My goodness.
117. My God.
Do y'all even go outside when it gets that hot? Not just sorry.
Wow.
117. I think the hottest it's been since I've been in Texas was 110 and no one left the house.
Ooh, that is crazy.
Yeah, when I picture Arizona, that's what I picture. Like, you know, cacti and lots of sun. Sorry, guys. No, we don't go outside. Same. When it gets too hot, I mean, we don't get 117, but when it gets hot here, it's like there's no point in being out there. Which, lucky for us, we have a hobby indoors in the AC that keeps us cool. Unless you're in front of a window like me, which was my doing. Not my best thought.
All right, let me see about these pockets.
Hi. Oh, it's okay. We are, how far in are we? We've been live for, like what, 30 minutes almost?
Yep. Yep, 30 minutes.
Okay, and I have not started stitch, so you didn't miss much. I'm just sewing up, or I'm pinning my darts now. So, Chris, you said you sewed something from True Bias before?
Yeah, I've done their Laura, the True Bias Laura.
What is that? What kind of garment is it?
It is a button-down sundress with like thin straps.
Okay.
And I took it out to wear it the other day, but it was too big for me around the boob area.
Okay. Was it like that initially when you made it, or you don't remember?
I think when I made it, it fit better. But since my son is older now and I don't breastfeed and all of that, it just feels like my boobs sort of just disappeared.
That happens.
So it doesn't I see anymore.
That happens. Deborah said, get a portable neck fan, Amazon or Temu. Chris actually has a portable fan. I need to get one. I have like a desk fan right here, but I'm scared to turn it on because I feel like all it's going to do is just like attract noise, you know? Or not attract noise, but like make noise. Vux said, nice to have company while I work on a project. Same. I don't know how much I'm going to get done because I keep chatting with everybody, but I feel like chatting is more fun.
Wait, what?
I think I can get close. What happened?
I'm looking at the instructions for the pockets. Okay.
You got it?
Yep. So we're doing all the involves.
Uh-oh. What kind of machines do you guys have? I think that I am like close to wanting a new machine.
What do you have?
I'm using a Brother. It's an embroidery and stitching machine in one, and I got it because like I wanted to do embroidery, and I barely do it. So they have a Brother machine that's like pretty close to the industrial style machines that I want to get, but it's really expensive. It doesn't use oil or anything like that. It's just like a straight and back stitch. It's supposed to be like a workhorse, and I pretty much sew all my clothes, so I felt like that might be a good investment for me, but I don't know.
That's a Brother, as you said?
Yeah, there's a Brother one. That's not the one I have, but that's the one I want.
Oh, right. Do you got one machine?
Oh gosh, let's not talk about the number of machines we own. I recently got rid of a few. I think I'm down to like 3 or 4.
Wow. Do you use them all?
I gave one to my daughter. She doesn't really use it. That's my Singer. It's a digital one. And then I have like a little small one that I try to take with me, like if we're going on vacation, but I haven't done it in a while. Mm-hmm. And then I have my overlocker. Oh, and then I have a vintage one in my living room.
Word.
Yeah.
Do you guys have other machines as well?
Oh, Helen says she has a neck fan. It's pretty quiet. Good to know. I'm going to actually look into that after the live today because it's getting to the point where it's really, really hot here. Wait, Chris, do you only sew with your team? Huh?
No, I was asking Vox because she said she's working on a project. What kind of project are you working on?
Chris, do you just have your 2 standard machines?
Huh?
Do you just have your 2 machines? Like you have an overlocker, right?
I do. I've got 3 machines. I've got a Singer Quantum, and I've got my Bernina, and I've got a Janome overlocker.
Which one out of the Singer and the Bernina do you prefer?
The Bernina. Listen.
The Bernina?
Do not even get me started on my Bernina. This was an investment to me. And I'm telling my husband, listen, I want this machine so bad. And he's like, well, how are you going to get it? I'm like, I'm going to go and get a bank loan to get it. He's like, you're crazy. But I did it anyway.
Okay, do you mind me asking how much it costs? Because now I'm curious.
This one cost just about $5,000 US.
What?
Yeah, because this one comes with the embroidery module.
Okay. Do you use the embroidery module?
When I first got it, I was really excited about it.
Uh-huh.
And I started using it, and then I stopped, and then I'm just like, I think I need to get back into it a little bit more.
Okay.
So I haven't used it as much as I would like. Does anybody else do embroidery? Oh, she's got a brother as well.
A 12-year-old brother. I went back to the Brother. My first machine was a Brother, and then I got on the Singer craze, and I went and purchased a couple Singers, and then I just went back to the Brother, and I'm very happy with it, which is why I want like the next, like that industrial style Brother.
Uh-huh.
But I see everyone on social media with like the Berninas, and I'm curious. Am I missing out on something?
I can tell you, sewing on this machine is much different to sewing on my Singer. Like I can feel the difference.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
How long have you had it?
The Bernina?
Uh-huh.
Just about a year.
Okay.
Yeah, so not that long.
Okay, we got some comments. Let's see. The Project Roman Limited. I remember that one. I remember when that one was like in Walmart and pretty much everywhere. Made It So says hi from Florida. Just coming inside for an AC things. Hey. Simply Eve, hi ladies. I use the Janome mechanical, nothing fancy. And yes, let's not talk about how many machines we have. It's a problem. I feel like they're all separate hobbies, like the sewing, the fabric buying, and then no one talks about machine collecting, but it's so real. Like,
I think the person I see speaking about that the most on Instagram is Julian.
Is who?
Julian.
Yes, he loves his machines. I have seen that. Yeah. I love how unashamed he is about it too.
He's got a lot of machines.
I love how proud he is, though, because, most people are kind of coy. Like, I'm kind of coy about it, but I love how he's just like, yeah, no, like, I was stressed. I got a machine. Like, okay, go off.
And so many different types as well.
Huh?
He's got a lot of different types as well.
Yes. Okay, got some. Let's see. Mo said your machine cost the whole car.
I know, it did. You're right.
She said I still have my PAF 70 from 1998, as good as any 5,000 one made today. That's like the old machines though. I'm finding like with my vintage, I have a vintage. The name is escaping me right now in my living room. But the way that machine sews, and it's like a 70s model. None of my new machines sew like that. It's kind of wild. I have a Janome 67,000. That seems like another brand that's really popular. The Janomes. I have an older brother, 45Q. I brought it new 10 years ago and I love it so much. I brought another on Facebook Marketplace. It's a great machine. It came with all the feet. Bernina charges extra for. So you have two of the same machines just in case, like a backup and a main one. I like that. Vox says, I have 4 machines and looking for a 5th.
Wow.
I love that.
Yeah, the machines they don't last as long.
Huh?
Nothing lasts as long these days, and everything old-fashioned to me had lots more longevity.
Yeah, because they weren't using like what I've been reading, like they weren't using all the plastic pieces that everybody uses today. So they were just more durable, like oil them up and they keep running.
And they're not as finicky either. I think these ones need to be serviced and like all of that jazz.
I have never serviced my machines. I hate turning my machines in.
Well, I've never done it either because there's no one here that can do it. I have to like take mine back to the States.
Did you get yours from the States?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
She said even the $25,000 ones are made with plastic parts that are great. I think that's just industry standard now. It's just using all these plastic bits instead of the metal, because I would assume like the metal costs more for them, but they're still passing along those charges to us. So like just give us a quality machine. Vox says I have, hold on, did I miss something? Let me go back. Charlotte, you can sew just about anything on a Bernina that you can sew on a semi-industrial. That's what I'm thinking with the semi-industrial. I'm really leaning towards it. My birthday is a little ways off. It's in December, but I'm gonna try and like get my husband to buy it for me.
That would be
Bob says I have a Singer heavy duty, an overlocker, a cover stitch, and a embroidery machine, and they all do different things. So it doesn't count, right? Nope, doesn't count. I feel you. Those are different machines for different purposes.
What is it like using a cover stitch? Who else has a cover stitch? I've never used one before.
No, I've never used one either. I see people using them though, and I'm very intrigued, especially now since I'm trying to like get more into activewear. I lost my scissors. Here they go. I want to start sewing like more activewear. So like I'm curious, and some machines can be converted from like an overlocker to a cover stitch. True. Exactly. Although my little sister had one of those and it was giving her a big headache. I think she recently just went ahead. I know she recently just went ahead and brought the Brother 1040.
What is that? Is that a cover stitch?
No, the Brother 1040 is just a basic overlock.
Oh, okay.
She had one that could do both. Like could be an overlock and a cover stitch, but she just couldn't get it to quite work right. So she just traded it in. Let's go back. Diana said, I had a Singer. She stays sewing after I stopped. I took it back to the shop and it can't be repaired. Yeah, the Singers, I don't know. I feel like the Singers just didn't do it for me. Like I had multiple. I had the Singer heavy duty, which I didn't mind. I gave that to my sister. I just didn't like how like aesthetic, like the aesthetics of it, I didn't care for. And then I had the Singer that I gave to my daughter, which is also like a not mechanical, but a computerized one. And I don't know, after a while, it just wasn't doing it for me. I feel like my brother's just reliable. Like,
really?
And I sew a lot. That's the thing. I sew a lot. So like I put a lot on my machines. I can't do like a dainty machine. And I feel like the Singers, they're cute. You know, she's like the cute girl in the class, but like she don't really want to work. Forgive me if you have a Singer. I'm sorry.
Well, then that would definitely make sense to get like the industrial machine then.
Exactly. And then I can keep like the one that I have here for like my zigzag stitching and like my buttonholes and all that good stuff. Vox says now I want a vintage sewing machine. Oh yes. You already have 4, so let me not egg you on. Deborah says, I purchased the Juki DX 2000 Quilt Pro. I have a brother, a Singer heavy duty, the gray one. That's the one I had, and a Singer overlock and cover stitch. Okay, so you have the overlock that also does the cover stitch. How is that? Is it like not gimmicky? Diana says, I service my machines myself. Same girl, same. Like I have my oil, my little duster. I do it myself.
How often do you do it yourself? How often do you service it if you do it yourself?
When it gets loud. That's usually when I know that it is time. Let's see. She says, I had one back in the day. It was a convertible Singer. Okay. So back in the day, that means you got rid of it. Let's see. I could never make the double needles work on me for sewing machines. I broke 3 and quit. Mostly sew wovens. Exactly. So it stays most of the time. I just sew wovens a lot because they behave. And I feel like we all have our reasons. Like the girls who like to sew with knit, I think like the consensus I hear is they like the consistent fit, like the consistency of it, not having to like fit every single garment. But knit scare me. I'm not going to lie.
What do you prefer, Jilly? Woven, knit?
I'm a wovens girl all day, like through and through.
Me too.
I'm
also trying myself to sew like with knit fabrics.
They scare me. And the double needles I think the double needles on my brother actually don't work if I'm being honest.
The what?
The double, like the twin needle on my brother doesn't work.
Oh.
I think I need to get like one specific to the machine, which I'm not going to do that. So Helen said, I have a Singer Perfect Finish and an overlock. I gave my Singer Heavy Duty to my granddaughter. Yeah, I gave my Heavy Duty away to my sister. Mo said, I have all Singers. No offense taken. Good. No offense meant. They're cute, you know. Like I said, she's the cute girl in the room. Charlotte says, I have a cover stitch machine. It's a Janome and it's beautiful. It sews beautifully, but I don't use it often anymore because I've been making handbags mostly. Ooh, I'm trying to get it back into handbag making. I recently made a quilted tote bag, which is like a baby handbag, but I'm very excited about it. And I'm going to make one for my sister if I finish the skirt today. Because she was excited. Huh?
Anybody else afraid of their sergers? Like I hear a lot of people saying that they feel like very skeptical about sergers.
Yeah, so they just let them sit.
Experience with a serger.
Oh, interesting. Diana said Singer went public as a company and now everyone is making them and they're not the same. I feel like that always happens in a company. Like they want to grow, but like usually the consumer is the one who has to pay for that growth. A few, yeah. If I hear noise, it's time to service. Same. Woven or life. Yes, that is me. Ooh, Pat has a Singer Featherweight 1941. It is the most wonderful thing. The hum of the machine is magic. I'm afraid of sergers. Try it twice. Oh no, you cut your finger? That's scary. Deborah says, I feel like a mechanic when I have to use the cover stitch function. I really want an air threader or a baby lock. I feel that. The changing between the two would kind of scare me. I feel like I was nervous enough to become comfortable with changing the threads on my serger that like trying to change like a whole like setup would freak me out. Rochelle says, #woven. Yes, woven for life. Rochelle, I know you love wovens. I know. I watch all your videos. 2 people recommended Janome for a couple years now. I have this Janome in my cart, but the price is not moving. I feel like that's how you know it's a good machine though. Like if the price is holding steady, then that means that's what the market wants, you know? And the market's willing to pay that price. When the price starts dropping, that tells me that consumers don't want that product.
Whoa. What is happening to my machine?
Let's see. Pat says Schmitz makes a lot of twin needles. I have to pick the right one for my fabric. I like Eloflex thread for knits. Maybe I'll try that. I'm gonna take a picture of your comment so I can remember that. And I will check that out and see if I'm just using the wrong kind of twin needle, because every time I put one in my machine, it breaks.
What is Eloflex?
It's a certain type of thread for knits.
Oh. I've never heard of that one.
Me either. Helen says, I love to sew with woven fabric. See, I think wovens are winning. I don't think we've gotten any knit prefers. Team Woven says, Pat, that's right. I cannot get this pocket to turn out. I didn't make my hole big enough. Uh-oh. Hold on 1 second. Let me try and focus.
My pockets.
Huh?
I'm still sewing my pockets.
The pockets take a while. I haven't even gotten the pockets like to the point of sewing them on. You've gotten them turned out and everything already?
No, I'm still actually constructing the actual pocket.
Oh, okay, cool. So we're about at the same point. I'm just turning mine out now because remember I sewed mine first.
Yeah.
And so now I'm getting them turned out. Let us see. Dana says, I love my serger. It's a game changer. Sergers are life. Listen, I'm not sewing without one. I know, there are better ways that people say to finish your garments, but not for me. Mo says, when I moved from Tampa to Georgia. Oh no, it fell out the box, but it was so you didn't get rid of it. It just that's sad. I've been meaning to replace it. But the way my pockets are set up. I feel that. The bank account determines how much fun we can have in life. Made It So says, I paid $1,700 for my FAF in 1998 and they still sell around. I'm telling you, when the price holds, that's when you know that it's a good product. When it's not moving.
Amanda, why do you find it less intimidating? Is it because of the fit issue? Because they're easier to fit? Or are they actually easier to sew?
That's a good question. I'm curious. I need water. I'm talking too much. Sorry, guys. Someone says team Serger. Yes. Sergers all day. Pat says Coats and Clark makes Elaflex and it helps Team Woven members so knits that stretch along the seam. So if you use Elaflex, do you use like a stretch stitch or can you sew with a regular straight stitch?
I tried the stretch one from Maxi Lock.
Say that again.
Maxi Lock. What is it? There's one from Maxi Lock. I have it somewhere. Oh, the Maxi Lock stretch. This one. I've tried that in my serger. When I was making a swimsuit, but I've never tried the Elaflex?
Yeah. How did the one that you try work out?
I think it worked quite well actually. But then
what kind of stitch did you use with it?
Pardon?
What kind of stitch did you use with it?
I use it on my overlocker, so just overlocker.
Okay. Interesting. And you sew the entire thing on your overlocker?
Most of it.
Okay.
Yeah, and it worked out well.
Amanda says, when I first started sewing, I had a tougher time with wovens, maybe because the patterns were usually more complicated than a knit pattern. That's true. And I think also when you first start sewing, like with wovens, the fit of it all can be intimidating, especially if you start with like the more commercialized patterns, because those size charts are all over the place. So I do feel that, like, and then I think we just become comfortable with the thing. Like I kind of lucked up on fitting quite early.
I started sewing with woven fabrics as well.
Yeah, same.
Just like a long time after that, I was like, oh, let me try this knit fabric thing. And I was like, oh gosh.
It's such a different like method, you know?
Everything comes together differently.
Yeah.
All right, I'm turning my pockets out now.
Okay, I'm pressing my pockets now.
You guys like have fancy tools like point turners and that kind of thing?
I'm using a pen to turn my pockets out right now.
I've just got a piece of manicure stick.
A what?
A manicure, like an orange stick. Is that what they call it for manicures?
Okay, I feel you.
Yeah,
I feel like it's be nifty. I'm using the heat erasable pen, so it won't stain my fabric.
Oh, I don't have those. I've got Chapelina.
Oh, I use the Frixon because they're just they wash away with heat, you know, makes life easier.
I've seen people talking about that. So Pat is asking a question. Do you interface prior to zipper insertion regardless of the instructions? My answer is absolutely yes. I interface every scene where a zipper goes and where my pockets go, regardless of fabric substrate. I will
Yep,
change.
my answer is yes too. I interface no matter what. Like
Yeah.
I've been down that road of like wonky zippers. We don't like it there.
So like I do.
I definitely do too. It's something honestly though that I've started quite recently. Like I saw it on a YouTube video. Marcy Harriet or Harrison, I don't know. Her name is escaping me, but
Uh-huh.
she does a lot of videos on like quick instruction and things like that. And I saw her interface her zipper, and I tried it, and it just went together so beautifully. And I was like, I'm hooked. So ever since then, that's how I do it.
That is a life changer, I think. I am definitely into interfacing. I will change the weight of my interfacing depending on the fabric type, but I am interfacing.
I usually always use, for the most part, a lighter weight. I don't change the weight much.
Okay.
Because I don't like super, even like with collars, like I like things to just be a little bit more relaxed on
Uh-huh.
me. I usually am not going for like a lot of structure on like portions that need to be interfaced. So I tend to just stick with like a lighter weight fusible.
True. I don't like that as well. I don't like stiff collars and stiff like cuffs and stuff.
Yeah.
Like the what is it, featherweight, and then the regular like lightweight.
Uh-huh.
So I will use like the featherweight on things like my rayons and viscoses and stuff, and then I will use lightweight on like everything else, basically.
Same. Unless I've run out of the lightweight, then I just use featherweight on everything. Let's see. Amanda said, I bought my first serger. It's a Singer SW432. It's old enough that it came with an instruction VHS tape. That is old, but young enough to have for them to have a website. That is old. But listen, if it still works, it does the job. That's what matters. Now, like stuff that still comes with CDs perplex me. It's like, can you just give me like a QR code, please? Because we don't even use those anymore. Helen said, I've had a hard time with knits. My stitches just don't come out right. I've stopped sewing my knits on the sewing machine for that reason. Like I just sew it on the serger now almost exclusively. And if it's just a little, like I know I'm not going to adhere to the proper seam allowance, so I'll just kind of size down, and that usually takes care of that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Vox says, I love heat erasable pens. Life. Made it so says, hold on, I just lost it. Where were we? Okay. Yes, always interface for zippers, especially with dresses. Oh my gosh. Diana said, yep, interface first. Oh, that's it. Thank you. Marcy Harold. Harold. Thank you. Always use Wonder Tape rather than pens. Okay, I've never tried that. I'll have to try that.
I've never tried that either. I use pins.
She said use Wonder Tape, which I feel like may help because the pins sometimes they slide around. I'm getting better now with like being more specific on how, not more specific, but what's the word? Like more correct in how I'm pinning it down.
Uh-huh.
But for a while, that was very much the bane of my existence because the pins would shift and then my zipper would be wonky. Huh?
The first side of the zipper usually goes in pretty well. It's trying to match up the other side, like if you've got pattern matching to do or you've got weight or anything like that.
Do you prefer invisible zipper or like the OG, just like, metal zippers?
Not invisible all the way. Even when you ask me for a regular zipper, usually I'm substituting that for an invisible zipper.
Really? I'm the opposite. I prefer the regular zipper.
What?
I do. I don't know. I feel like maybe, again, it's that like hastiness, but the insertion is just so much quicker.
I much prefer an invisible zipper.
I usually will, if I can get away with it, I'm going to put it in a regular zipper. Now, if it's something that is meant to be like a little bit more fancy, I'll go ahead and bite the bullet and do the invisible zipper. But if it's just like an everyday dress, I'm going with the regular zipper for sure.
What do you guys think? Are you team invisible zipper or are you team regular zip? Let's hear it. Sound down in the comments. Oh, please don't forget to like this live. I forgot to mention that.
Yes. Let's see where we at. Someone says they're hand-based. Cool. They hand base their zippers. Helen said, I will try using serger. Yeah, it's game changing. Amanda said, I put the H test with my sewing antiques. I love that. I once bought a vintage pattern and they used a newspaper clipping to like retrace the pattern, and I saved it because it was like an old like 1950s, like it was like the grocery ad, so it was showing like how much flour was and all of those things. I thought that was the coolest thing ever.
Right. Pockets.
You got them on, or you're putting them on now?
Nope. I'm still pressing my pockets.
Huh?
I'm still pressing my pockets.
Yeah, the pockets are taking forever.
Has anybody else ever made this pattern, the True Bias Blair?
Okay, my pockets are ready to go on to the skirt 5 years later.
Wow.
Dana said she tried the tape, but the glue, got on her needle. She'll try Wonder Tape. Interesting. That sounds like that would be disastrous. That stresses me out just reading that. Helen says regular zipper. 1 for team regular zipper. We're winning out here. Oh no, now we're tied. Dana says she loves an invisible zipper, but the insertion process for a regular zipper is much easier. Amanda says team whatever zipper I have in my stash at the right length. I feel that hardcore. Okay, this is where I messed up because the pockets, when you open them up, one side is longer than the other. Hold on, I don't have a pattern piece for the pockets because I projected it. Cool.
Bruh. All right, let me see.
I forgot I have coffee.
My front skirt.
Where are you at with the pockets? Oh, that light washes us out. Okay, I'll turn that off.
To the front skirt.
Huh?
I'm gonna start pinning it to the front of my skirt now.
Did you open up like the little center seam of it yet?
No. Have you?
Huh?
Have you?
Yeah, my markings are gone though, so I'm trying to figure out like where to open it up, and I'm probably just gonna do like a bar tack on it.
To be fair with you, I was gonna even skip opening it up.
You can skip it. I don't think it'll make much of a difference. I think it's just a design feature because like who's really gonna be shoving stuff in these pockets?
Yeah, it is a design feature. But I'm like,
I'm gonna attempt to open it up.
let us see.
Where are we at? Visible zipper, whatever zipper. I have not used True Bias patterns. I've made a lot of Love Notion patterns because every Friday they have that $5 special. Their Facebook support is strong. I didn't know they had a Facebook group. I love a good Facebook group.
Yeah, Love Notions has a Facebook group.
Oh, Helen said this is a great life. Thanks, Helen. Appreciate that. We were like so nervous. Like my palms, I think hers too were like a little bit clammy before it started. Like
definitely not a little bit, a lot. Not a little bit.
We figured we'd just hang out and chill and sew. That's what we like to do. Let's see. Deborah said, I'm team invisible. It looks a lot nicer. It does give you like that nice clean finish, which is why if I know I'm sewing something that's more of like special occasion or like just like a fancier dress, then I'll go ahead and I will do the invisible zipper. But like I said, if it's a day dress, she's getting a regular zipper. Okay, I got one pocket seam opened up. I just got to open up the next one, and then I can attach them onto the skirt.
Right, I'm going to start attaching my pockets now to my skirt.
I feel like things should go pretty quickly after the pockets go on.
Yeah, the pockets are a big feature of this pattern, so I feel like it takes a while.
Yeah, I agree with that. I like the way they're constructed, though. I think they look like really pretty.
I think that's what kind of drew me to buy the pattern in the first place. I think when I first saw it, I'm like, oh, that's kind of nice.
The pockets?
Yeah.
I like the style of the skirt. I think like sometimes like those simple silhouettes, like, I don't know, they just last longer, you know, like frilly things have a moment, which is my problem in life. I'm all about the frilly things. But when the moment passes, it's like, you know, you want something else.
I hear that. Yeah. That is so true. And that's partially why I decided to do the black as well, because everybody was telling me it will make for a nice work skirt, and I need that because I have like a lot of short calls in my wardrobe.
Uh-huh.
And I just felt like the pockets will still like jazz it up even though it's for work.
Yeah. I agree with that. It'll be definitely a wardrobe staple. Okay, I am about to pin my pockets on.
All right. Deborah says she's also Team Invisible Zip.
I saw that. I think Team Invisible Zip might be winning at this point.
I think so. I think edge stitching is one of my favorite parts of sewing. I love it.
Yes.
Anybody else?
I edge stitch even when it doesn't ask me to sometimes. I just love it.
I love it too. It's such a clean finish. Oh.
Oh, I just realized. Are you edge stitching? What are you doing? Like black on black, or are you using like a contrasting stitch, like a contrasting thread?
I'm doing black on black.
See, because now would be the time to change over to my top stitching thread, and I'm like kind of scared because. Okay, I think I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get my top stitching thread.
Are you using top stitching thread?
Only for like right now, like for the pockets. Although I forgot to do it on the pocket flap.
Oh, you've made your flaps already? What?
Yeah, I did the flaps already. Made it so said gotta go. Fun joining you for a bit. Thanks for dropping in. We appreciate it. Have a great day. I think I'm gonna go over the pocket flap with the top stitching thread. I think because I wanted to use the top stitching thread.
What?
And if it's disastrous, then I'll know with the pocket flaps and I can just abort.
True. Are you using the same machine to do your top stitching as well?
Yeah, I'm using the same machine. I only change the top stitch and then I keep the bobbin as white because my machine can't handle top stitching on the top and bottom.
Oh, okay.
Which in and of itself can be time consuming, but it's all good. We're doing it for the look. I can't get my top stitching through my needle. Okay, got it. There we go.
Right. So this is what my pocket looks like. We are cooking with fire.
Ooh. It looks so good.
So too. Right.
Pat said, Julie, do a scrap test. I did not put in a top stitching needle, Pat, and I should have done a scrap test. I saw it too late. Chris, your skirt is looking really good.
I think so too. Right, so I need to work on these flaps because I didn't do my flaps before.
I did them at the same time.
Did you use the same fabric for your main and your lining?
I did not because I'm using denim. I just felt like that would be too much. So I'm just using like a white broadcloth for the lining.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's see. Chris Dana said your skirt is looking cute. Okay, I don't know. Let's see. Can you guys see the top stitching? Oh, here's my camera. What do we think?
Let me see. I can see it.
What do you think?
Yeah, I can see that. What color did you use?
Huh?
What color did you use?
I got a top stitching thread, believe it or not, in like the same color as the flowers.
Oh, sweet. It's like a gold color.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna do it. Maybe I'll just do the flap, so maybe I won't do the pocket because I can like already see like where the needle kind of jumped around a bit, and I don't like that. I should have probably also changed my stitch length.
I lost the piece. Okay, I found the piece.
Uh-oh. My machine is not liking this. Okay, we're having a problem.
Is that your top stitching thread doing that?
Yeah, it's too thick. My machine is not feeling this. But now I've done one pocket, so I at the very least have to do the other pocket.
Yeah. Is your denim very heavy?
This one is a heavier weight. It's definitely like, it's not like super heavy, but it's definitely like a medium weight.
Mm-hmm.
It's heavier than the one that I was originally planning on using for sure.
Okay.
Okay. The thread got jammed, so now I have to fix that and try again. Yeah, I probably won't do much top stitching after this because I feel like this is a sign that if I want to finish this, then I'm going to have to let this idea go.
And there's a lot of top stitching in this skirt.
Exactly.
Waistbands, the front top.
And I wanted to do, I thought it would be like a cute little feature, but I don't know if my machine is going to allow. Let's try again. Let's go slow this time.
You're getting love on your fabric, Julie. The ladies say it looks good.
Huh?
I said you're getting a lot of love on your fabric. The ladies say it looks good.
Oh, good, good, good. Thank you, guys. I think we like overthink our own work sometimes. Like I catch myself doing that a lot.
What?
Like overthinking what I'm doing and like, oh, it doesn't look good, you know? And then people are like, it looks fine. What are you talking about?
I definitely get that. I think sometimes we're our biggest critics.
Say that again?
I think we're our biggest critics when it comes to sewing.
So true.
Like the things that we notice about our own garments, other people don't even notice.
I totally agree with that.
And a lot of the times it's after we point it out, somebody else will say, oh yeah, no, I see it.
Like we don't notice it until somebody points it out. Okay, so I top stitched both of the pocket flaps, but I don't think I'm going to top stitch the pocket. Okay, let's see. Yeah, looks good. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Diana. Thank you, Deborah. Okay. Yes, being an overthinker has become a lifestyle. I saw someone was selling like sweatshirts that said like overthinker on them, like kind of like the varsity style sweatshirts, but instead of the college, it said like overthinker. Mm-hmm. It's like I can relate to that. Okay, I'm going back to my white thread. Oh, maybe I will top stitch the pockets. Depends on if I'm feeling adventurous.
I think the top stitching is a good feature. It's a nice feature, I think.
It definitely makes it stand out.
Yeah. If your machine is cooperates, then I think that would be a nice feature on your skirt.
I agree. I'm going to do it in the white first.
The gold color, like the embellishments, like the embroidery.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, they match so perfectly. It would look like so professional, but I'm getting nervous about it. Trying to get the thread back in. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and attach the pockets to the skirt.
Helen, I hope we can finish it.
Oh my gosh, yes, I hope so. These pockets, man. Are you worried about the buttonholes, Chris? How do you feel about that?
I am worried about the buttonholes.
Are you comfortable with buttonholes?
Conceptually, I am. But sometimes, like I have to do the prayer. Like Diana taught me a prayer for the sewing gods. Like, listen, we're about to make buttonholes. We need to pray because trust me. A lot of the times that you get like 5 buttonholes and you get 4 of them perfect, and the last buttonhole, oh,
Yes. Why is that?
I don't know. Like to get all the buttonholes perfectly done. Oh,
That happened last night when I was like testing it out. Like I got one buttonhole perfect and then one buttonhole just would not cooperate. So I definitely know for the buttonholes, I'm not using contrasting thread.
okay, makes sense.
That way no one will see it. Okay, I think I am gonna like be brave and top stitch at least the pockets.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna do
That's
it.
a nice picture, the top stitching.
Right? I'm gonna stitch them on first in the white thread so I know they're secured nicely.
All right.
And then the top stitch will just be decorative.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Did you press your pocket flaps already?
Huh?
Did you press your pocket flaps?
Yeah. Well, not after stitching them. So I pressed them before stitching them.
Okay.
And now they're on. So I need to press them one more time before I attach them. But right now I'm getting the skirts attached to, or the pockets attached to the skirt. And then we can start actually constructing the skirt. Let's see.
Diane says that she's mastered buttonholes. So my question is for you guys. Are you team buttons or are you team zippers? Zippers or buttons? Which one are you guys at?
Oh, definitely zippers. I prefer a zipper over a button any day.
That makes 2 of us. So that's me and Jilly, team zipper over team buttonholes. What are you guys saying?
Tana said her machine doesn't want to make them, and then it snaps on everything. I need to get snaps. Like I will not get them. I need to figure out or like actually try doing them because I have some underneath my table in my little sewing area, and it's just for whatever reason when it comes time to like add a snap, I will put in a button. Maybe because I'm more comfortable with buttons. Helen says, "Does anyone use interfacing when making their buttonholes?" It depends on the fabric. It depends on the fabric. Because if I'm doing something like kind of lightweight, like this shirt, I definitely interfaced it. But with the skirt, I'm not interfacing the buttonholes because it's so heavy already. What about you, Chris?
It depends as well. There are some times that you just need to have that little bit of interfacing, especially with the lightweight fabrics, because it will holes in your fabric without the interfacing. So I would definitely use interfacing, especially with the lightweight fabrics.
I feel that. That's pretty much where I stand.
About this. I haven't decided just yet about this one, about this skirt.
You're using a wool blend, right?
Yep. This one is a wool blend.
Is it a lighter wool or like one of the? I think with wools, I usually do interface it.
It is. I would say this is light to medium weight wool. It doesn't feel very to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Vox says buttons are my nemesis. I love shirt dresses, but avoid buttons. I have the same problem. Like I love collar shirts so much, but I hate putting buttons. I have one that I just finished, a Simplicity 9708. I've worn it like 3 times and it still doesn't have buttons on it because I just don't want to do it. Pat says buttons.
A lot of people were saying that up.
Yeah, it was the Sew Your View a couple like maybe not last month, but the month before. It's a really simple, like I feel like it's a cheap button down because it's so easy. It's not really tailored, but you still get like a nice looking like button down. I'm obsessed with it. It's the one I'm wearing right now too. Pat says buttons, they were my gateway drug to fabric hoarding. I feel that. You know, whenever you go to the thrift store, you see like someone's donated their grandmother's like giant jar of buttons and I just want to buy them all. Excuse me.
I can't hear you, Jilly.
Oh no, Pat said that buttons were her gateway drug to fabric hoarding. Let's see. Diana says it depends on the garment. I don't like Boston. Oh, buttons in the back. Me either. I don't get buttons in the back. I know it was like a vintage technique, which I guess makes sense, you know, before like the mass production of buttons. For like wearing your clothes and like dressing yourself, that seems like quite a hassle.
It is pretty awkward.
Diana says, snaps, you will love them at first. I worried it would cheapen your garments, but baby. I have some really cute ones too. I love that they come in like different colors. Like you can get metal or you can get like the colored plastics. Like I have them. I have like the tools and everything. I just literally need to like stop chickening out whenever I decide I'm gonna do it.
You should try it.
Huh?
You should try it.
I should try. I think it would be fun to try it on like a bag, maybe like a low risk situation. Because a lot of bags will have like a little button closure or like the little magnetic piece. I could put a snap there instead, I would assume.
When I used to sew for my daughter, I used to use a lot of snaps.
Oh, do you still sew for your daughter?
Nope. Nope. It takes too much time and she's growing like a weed. So it just feels like such a waste to me now.
Yeah.
I don't sew for her anymore.
I only sew for my daughter when she requests it because all the things that I make for her get relegated to like house clothes. Like she does not wear them out.
I don't got that kind of time.
But if she asks me to do something, I'll do it. Dana says, I just ordered the metal ones. I have not tried them yet. Okay, so you've only used the plastic ones. Like I said, I have them both. I see people doing them and I'm like, oh, that looks cute, but I just got to get in there and try it. Okay, I'm changing back over to the top stitching thread for my pockets. Dana said the same reason I don't sew for my daughter. Although for frock tails, you guys, weren't you like matching when, not this, I didn't go this year, but last year, Diana, you and your daughter for frock tails, were you matching? I feel like you were. Did I make that up?
Right. Flaps are done. Did you put your buttonholes in your flaps already, Julie?
I did not put my buttonholes in my flaps already. I forgot about that.
I'm wondering if I should do that now.
Yeah, it would be easier to do it before you attach them for sure.
Yeah. But I didn't even choose buttons. Did you choose buttons?
Oh my gosh, I did choose buttons. I found the cutest buttons. I had some buttons originally for what I had planned out when I was going to do it with the denim, but they weren't going to work. So I found these buttons. Can you see them?
Let's have a look.
And they're so cute.
Oh, yeah, those are nice. Oh, that's nice.
Right? And I had a 60% off coupon. So they were like less than $2 for the buttons.
Those are nice.
So I'm going to do those buttons. Although I showed my husband today, he was like, he doesn't think it works. Okay, she said, you were matching. That's what I thought. And she said that was the only time she wore that top. That's how my daughter is. Like, she will do the same thing.
Drew. Why do I do this to myself? I do not know.
You got this. I'm going very slow with the top stitching.
All right, I think I'm going to use some boring buttons. So
I don't found some buttons in your stash?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever gotten a Minerva kit, but you get like tons and tons of stuff. So I got these buttons, and I've got leftovers. Can you see?
Do you have enough for the center, or are you just going to do those for the pockets?
I've got 2 different sizes, so I think I'll do the small
nice.
on the pockets, and then do the larger ones on the skirt front.
Oh, perfect.
Fingers crossed I have enough, but they're just boring like buttons.
They'll work.
I am a very haphazard sewer. Like, instead of planning everything out beforehand, like I'm halfway through a project and then hunting for a zip or for buttons, and then like, oh my God, I have that. I do not know why I do this to myself.
Usually I'm the same, but for this one, I did plan everything out. I just wanted to make sure I had like everything ready to go. So when it's time to sew, I could just sew because we were timing ourselves.
True. I should have done that. Let me see what time we're at.
Right? I don't even want to look. I'm scared to look.
All right, so we've got 2 hours and 12 minutes left.
Okay, not bad. Not bad.
Okay.
Not bad. I think it's gonna go quicker once these pockets are done.
Yeah.
Okay, I got one pocket on with the top stitching. Where's the camera? Here's the camera. There we go. Looking good. Not bad.
Yeah, that looks good.
Okay, now I got to top stitch the other pocket and then put the buttonholes in the flap. Dennis said, love those buttons. I'm a button hoarder. I have so many and I keep buying them every time I see new ones. I do not hoard buttons. I usually always have to go buy buttons. I think it's one of my least. Uh-oh, what did I get on my skirt? Oh no. I think it's one of my least favorite things to buy. I think I got something on my skirt.
What did you
well. I don't know. I touched something and now it's on the skirt. But life goes on. It's cool. It'll probably wash out. If it doesn't, it just adds character.
Let's hope so.
Huh?
Let's hope it will wash out.
Yeah, let's hope it'll wash out. I'll stain treat it. I already pre-washed the fabric, so it shouldn't shrink again, which is nice.
Did you pre-wash your washing? Do you guys pre-wash your fabrics? I know Diana does not.
Diana does not pre-wash. Thanks for chiming in, Deborah. Hopefully we'll have it posted when we finish. Hopefully today. Hopefully we finish today. Enjoy your lunch.
What are we talking about with the pre-washing? So Diana has confirmed that she does not.
So she does not pre-wash. Okay, so it depends on the fabric. If it's linen, I pre-wash. I always pre-wash. If it's like a deep color denim, I have some indigo denim, then I will pre-wash because the dye on that gets on everything. Otherwise, no, it just probably not.
Diana just wants to cut and sew.
She said, I just want to cut and sew. Pat says, I pre-wash and remove all the chemicals and sizing. Yes, because some fabrics come starched. I didn't realize that. And so when you wash them, it kind of changes the way the garment is falling on your body, which is annoying. Okay, second pocket is top stitched and attached. Now I have to do buttonholes. Oh, but I'm going to use different buttonholes for the pockets, and it's cool.
I'm just about to sew my buttonholes as well.
All right.
Diana, please pray for me. I'm about to sew some buttonholes, girl. Let's see.
Let's see. Okay, definitely doing my buttonholes in the same white thread. I think it looks good. Did you finish the first buttonhole, Chris?
Yes, ma'am.
How'd it go?
Good. We've got a buttonhole. Woo! We've got a buttonhole, folks. We got one buttonhole.
One down, one to go, right?
One down. So I don't think you can probably see it because it's black on black, but we have.
I can see it. I can see it.
Yes. So that's one.
One more to go. Do you arbitrarily mark your buttonholes or do you use the pattern placement?
I use the pattern placement for this one just now. But it depends. Especially with shirts and stuff, I like to fit them so that I can have a button right at my boob apex area. So then I like to fit that and then sort of just arrange the other buttonholes around it.
Yep.
So usually I disregard the pattern instructions, for the buttonhole placement.
Same. Just kind of feel my way through it. See what feels right. Let's see. We got some comments. Let me jump back down. Okay. Sometimes, really? Sometimes pesticides are used in the cargo ships. I did not know that. That's really unfortunate. Now I'm probably going to think about that whenever I don't pre-wash, Pat.
You should. I know that. Suppose there's a rat that peed on your fabric.
Oh, don't say that. No. Let's see. Amanda said I always pre-wash Ankara, but other fabrics depends if I'm feeling lazy or not. Yeah, because Ankara has that wax finish, right? Do you pre-wash it to kind of get that off? Zia Loft says, hi, Julie. Hi. Am I pronouncing your name right? I'm so sorry if I did not. Deanna says, I have not experienced shrinkage. The island girl in me still hangs my clothes outside. That's probably why you haven't experienced shrinkage, because you're not drying them, because all of the shrinkage we know happens in the dryer. I love hanging stuff. I actually told my husband once that I wanted a clothesline in the back. We live in the suburbs, so that's like, I don't know. But I feel like there's nothing better than a line dried like cotton shirt. Amanda, how do you make Ankara fabric soft? They feel so stiff even after washing. Interesting. I use what do you call it? What is that? I put vinegar in my where the fabric softener goes, and that usually helps to soften my fabrics if I need them to soften a bit. Dana said, yeah, buttonhole, Chris. You got it. Julie, did you buy a top stitching needle? This might help. I like you live streaming, ladies. I own this pattern but haven't sewn it yet. You are really motivating. Greetings from Belgium. Oh, cool, from Belgium. Awesome. I did not use a top stitching needle because I didn't think that far into the project. But I do have a heavyweight needle on my machine because I know I was going to be sewing for denim. So I think that is helping me. And you should sew the pattern. I kind of cheated and sewed a mock-up last night. It's really cute. Chris kills me with the rat pits. I don't like that one because now I'm going to think about that too.
Yeah.
Okay. It's buttonhole time.
All right. I'm going to attach my pocket flaps to my skirt.
All right. I'm gonna get really quiet for like 2 minutes while I try these buttonholes. There we go.
Yeah, Ankara fabrics, at least genuine Ankara fabrics, are usually a bit stiffer. And I don't think there's really much you can do to soften them per se. I mean, they will relax over time, like the more you wash and wear them. But for the most part, I think that they are a little bit stiffer just by nature. What are some of you guys' favorite fabrics to work with? Now that we're talking about Ankara. I love myself some Ankara, and I'm looking forward to Ankara Appreciation Week on Instagram. Lena and Juliet are hosting, in case you don't know.
So that's coming up soon, right?
Yeah, that's gonna be in July. So I love Ankara. What do you guys like? What are some of your favorite fabrics to work with?
We got one buttonhole. I like anything that's woven.
You don't have a favorite, Julie?
Denim is my favorite.
Oh, okay. I think I like rayons and viscoses now.
Oh my gosh, they're so finicky.
I mean, working with them is not always easy, but I just love the end result.
Yeah, they wear beautifully.
Yeah. Although I do love Ankara as well. And I think I've got quite a few Ankara pieces in my wardrobe.
I used to have access to some really good Ankaras, but our store stopped stocking them as much.
Okay, I get all of mine from a Freak clothing store online.
From where?
A Freak clothing store. A Freak.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I sewed a piece of top stitching thread through one of my buttonholes somehow. I didn't snip my threads. See? I didn't snip my threads. That's the problem.
All right, so Mo says she loves crepe and Ankara.
Ooh, I like crepes. I love a good crepe.
Vought says viscose.
Okay, That was you.
University of London.
Ooh, fancy.
I know. Amanda says Poplins and Ankaras.
I love a good poplin too.
Poly. I don't have any experience with like much knit fabrics, so I don't know what the double brushed poly is.
I do love I love Joann's double brush poly. It's probably one of my favorite knits, which is the reason I put up with them for so long. Because it's just so soft.
Okay.
And it wears really well. Like my double brush poly tops that I've made definitely are still going strong in my wardrobe.
Okay.
Until they decide that they're going to change it. Okay, my buttonholes worked out. I don't know if you guys can see them because it's like white on white. Probably can see better from the back. We got buttonholes. Yay!
Yay!
Okay, now to attach them to the pocket. Are you like doing your measurements? Because I know the instructions say do it a half an inch above the pocket flap, or you just went for it?
No, I measured mine.
Okay, I'm going to measure mine too. I'm going to be good.
Ooh, this is looking nice.
I am excited to get these pockets on and move on to like constructing the skirt.
But I think that bit will be a lot quicker.
Huh?
That bit is going to be a lot quicker.
I think so. It doesn't look that complicated. Like even the waistband construction.
I'm double thinking now about the belt loops.
What are you thinking?
Not to do them.
Dana says, I love drapes. Yes, my favorites are chalets and rayons. You are brave. I love a good gauze, and linen is a must. I love linen. Gauze is another one they get me because it's so pretty to wear, but it's like the way it stretches and grows. I just feel like I haven't found a really good one. The drapes and the chalets, you're brave. I love them. I love the way they look on people. Like when you did your slip dress, Dana. Beautiful, stunning. Terrified of that fabric. April says, I pre-wash my fabrics. I forgot to pre-wash. My fabrics always shrink. I've had that issue. I don't know. It's been like a new thing too. Like I wasn't pre-washing before. I wasn't aware of it. But I also think before I was using a lot of secondhand fabric. So that still probably had already been pre-washed or came from who knows where, you know?
Do you guys use a pressing cloth when you're ironing, like when you're pressing your sleeves?
That's a good question. For me, it depends on what I'm making.
Anybody else?
What about you, Chris?
Yeah, I use a pressing cloth, especially when I'm working on like black fabric.
Mm.
Afraid like it's gonna have that shiny.
Yep.
Thing.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I was just looking at some pictures of something I made in like a wool blend, and you can clearly see where I kind of burnt the fabric with the iron because I didn't use a pressing cloth. I should be using one with this white denim because my iron's not the cleanest, but YOLO. Deanna says it depends. Mo says it depends. I think that's the yeah, it depends on the fabric, right?
Okay. No.
What happened?
I need my seam ripper.
Oh no, what happened?
So I stitched my pocket flap on.
But
the lining of my pocket flap didn't get caught in the stitching. No.
Probably I trimmed mine before I pinned it down just to make sure that both the pieces were even.
I should have done that.
Actually, I need to trim this one.
No.
I mean, up until this point, you haven't needed it, so you've been doing pretty great, you know?
Yeah.
You got through the buttons in the buttonhole, or not the buttonhole, I mean buttons, but the buttonhole.
Listen, unpicking black fabric and black thread on black fabric.
Yeah, I don't envy you for that one. I do not envy you. All right, I'm going to attempt to sew down the pocket flap. Say that again?
I should have basted my flaps together first.
Oh, that's smart. I didn't think of that.
That's what I should have done.
Pat says pressing cloth use is fabric dependent. Yeah, I also try to press on the inside. Oh, smart. I like that idea. I'm usually pressing on the outside, and that's why I ended up with the burnt marks because I didn't do it from the right side.
Oh. I am sweating bullets trying to unpick this. Oh.
Is it hard to see? Is it what you thought it was going to be?
It is hard to see.
Let's see if I got mine. Oh, I didn't quite catch mine either, but I'm not going to unpick it. I'm just going to stitch over that and see if I can catch it. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, cool. Oh, that's gonna look so nice. Look, guys. Wait, where's the camera? I like that.
Did you get it?
Huh?
Did you get it?
I did get it. Oh well, I didn't get it the first try. I just went back and stitched over the line because
Oh, sweet.
I feel the way you feel about your seam ripper, I feel about mine too. We don't have to hang out right now. Okay, one pocket flap is on. Or not quite on. I need to top stitch it, but I need to press it first.
All right.
Chalets and rayons, no, because they have the ability to withstand the heat. I learned the hard way not using a pressing cloth on synthetic fabric. Oh no, and it was for a client. She said it burnt like plastic.
Oh no.
That's a horrible time to learn. It's like one of those mistakes though. Once you make it once, I bet you never make it again. All right, let's see. Ooh. All right, one front is done. Now I just got to get the flap on the other one. How's your unpicking going, Chris?
I finished unpicking, so
okay, good. Are you going to trim them down to make sure they both meet up?
Yeah. I'm trimming it down and I basted it together.
Oh, good. Oh, that's smart. Basting it together first?
Yeah, that's what I should have done in the first place.
I didn't even think of that. All right, let's get this next pocket flap on. All right, I'm stitching the other pocket flap on now. Hopefully it goes well.
For those of you sewing, how are your projects coming along? Are you making good progress?
I think Deanna was the only one who said she was working on something. Am I wrong on that?
Oh, for real?
Or that's the only one I saw in the chats. I could be wrong.
Is anybody else sewing? Oh, Rochelle says her project is done.
Wait, your project is done, Rochelle? I thought you had to step away for a second. How did you finish so fast? Oh, she's back from shopping. What did you make? Was it one of the things that you did in like your batch cutting video? Let's see.
Right, that is better.
All good?
Yeah, back on track now.
Mo said I'm working on white leg pants. While taping together the PDF at least. Rochelle said, "Done, honey. I envy you. You went out for a trip, came back, and still finished." Amanda said, "I have to wait for it to get a bit cooler. My sewing room is the hottest part of the house. There's early morning and late evening sewing for me. My sewing room is definitely the hottest part of my house too, especially since like there's this giant window, which I chose to position myself in front of, but it gets really, really hot. I usually have a fan on, but that would be too loud. Um, yes, the pattern hackathon is done, and the pants. Rochelle is a beast when it comes to sewing. Like, I don't know anybody who can like pump out content and put together things as quick as you can. I envy you.
So true.
Vox says, "Only the hem left from the dress I am working on." Love that. That's so satisfying, I bet. Okay, both my pockets are, or the flaps are done. Pockets are attached. Now I'm going to attach the back of the skirt to the front panels. I had to lengthen my skirt. It was super short. Say that again. I'm sorry.
Have you serged your side seams already?
I only serged them once I joined them.
Oh, okay. So that's you're pressing seams in one direction.
Do I press seams in one direction?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, because you're serging your seams together, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So then they go in the same direction. I get what you're saying. Not like pressing them flat.
As opposed to like pressing them open.
No. Yeah. I serge them together. And so I don't, unless it's like a pocket, then I will serge them separately just so that I can finish all the edges of the hem with, or not the hem, but all the edges of the pants with the pockets. Otherwise, I serge them as one. And then I'll just top stitch them down to one side in this case. Simply Eve says, I wish I had the pattern to tape together patterns. I feel like it's a double-edged sword for me. Like sometimes I don't tape them together. Sometimes I use my projector. But then like certain times, like with bottoms, I want to make sure that like I'm cutting everything out right and I can alter the pattern for fit. So I'll go ahead and I'll tape those. Like with this pattern, I only projected the skirt pieces, not projected. I only taped together the skirt pieces and then I projected all the other patterns and cut them out, all the other pieces and cut them out that way.
Does anybody else sew with a projector?
Rochelle said, "Thank y'all." Yeah, Rochelle, you're a beast. Simply Eve said, "Sorry, I deleted half my comment." That's okay. Oh, Amanda, you're going to the Baltimore Frog Tales? That's exciting. I'm actually doing muslins to get things right. Do you want to share what pattern you're working on for it? I'm curious, but if you don't, you want it to be a surprise, I get that. I get that. That is exciting. Are you local to Baltimore, Amanda?
She says yes.
Oh, perfect.
Is anybody else going to Baltimore Frog Tales?
There's a couple of the girlies who I follow on Instagram who I know are going, but they also seem like they're local to Baltimore. We need to text it like a DFW Frog Tales. Everyone else gets one except for us. She said, "I can just drive to the event. No flights, no hotels." That is the best. Literally the best. Like, just show up, have a good time, and then you're home that night in your bed. Love. Diana says, "I don't know if projector sewing is for me, though. I would need to give it a try." I legitimately had my projector for 1.5 years before I cut it on because I felt the same. Rochelle says, "I'm about to sew a button-down shirt tonight after editing content for Tuesday." Show off, Rochelle. I have 2 projects cut out that I hopefully want to get done today. Amanda, I'm sad. Not this year for Be More. Yeah, I'm sad. I can't travel this year for all the other Frog Tales, but hopefully next year. Chris, would you ever consider coming to the States for a Frog Tale?
Yes. Absolutely. I want to go to one.
The South Florida one wouldn't be too far from you.
No, I wanted to go to that one this year. But then my dad got sick and I had to travel for that. So I wasn't able to go. But I'm still thinking I want to go to one of those. And I also want to go to one of the sorority retreats.
Oh, I am definitely going. I missed it this year. I will be there next year. Same with South Florida. I was supposed to go, but then my sister decided she was literally going to get married a week before. So I had to fly out for that.
I would love to go to one of those events. I always feel so left out when I see everybody on Instagram like sewing up and
yes, the FOMO is so real.
I'm telling you, I would love to go to one.
So especially this year because it's like they're popping up in a lot more places and people are traveling and it just looks like an amazing time.
Yep. The Chicago one looked like it was a blast. They had lots going on.
Huh?
The one for Chicago looked like it was a blast.
Yes. Chicago and Atlanta seemed like it was pretty it was a pretty big event too.
Yeah. I thought that maybe like New York later this year might be like full as well.
Say that again, I'm sorry.
The New York Frogtails as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, last
that
year.
Wasn't that like the inaugural one? Wasn't New York like the one who started it all? Y'all let me know if y'all.
Because last year was the one who started. A lot of people went to New York.
Yeah. That's where I first remember seeing people going to Frogtails, like when it first came on my radar, was New York.
Okay.
Let's see. Hold on. Let's go back to the comments. Do I like the projector? I do like it. It is literally a game changer, especially since like I'm a last minute sewist. So I can just come in here and project. And even for the patterns that like I like to make myself because I like to draft them digitally, it's a game changer. And they're really inexpensive. Like mine was like, I think about $100 and it works like a dream. But like I said, I still go back to paper every now and then. Like I just printed out the Honey Girl tee by Paradise Patterns and taped that one together just because I want to be able to like make modifications to the pattern if necessary. So I don't think it's necessary, but I like it. In the middle of August before school starts. Wait, is that when Frogtails is, Rochelle? In the middle of August? Yeah, we're like knocking on, that's when, you know, parenthood, your life shuts down. You're getting ready for back to school, all the shopping, the orientations. There are so many Frogtails going on. I can understand that. I'm hoping to travel for one. Same. I want to travel for South Florida. I'm going to go to South Florida next year if they do it, but that's not really traveling. That's like going home, but I do want to travel for one next year too. Like I want to make it to if South Florida does one. And I think Atlanta would be the other one I would try to go to. I'm excited. I'll be excited to go to a DFW Frogtails if you host one. If y'all know Monica, she's a part of the sorority network. I'm trying to like plant a bug in her ear because I feel like that would be right up their alley.
To do what?
To host a Frogtails because she's like the sorority girls are DFW local. They live like in the DFW, so I'm gonna try and plant like the bug in her ear. Like, hey, you should do this.
I think she will make for a good host as well.
Huh?
I think she would make for a good host for that as well.
Oh, she's a fabulous host. She's such an amazing personality and so organized and together. Amanda said I might try and get a ticket for New York. I like New York. New York feels like very like glitz and glammy, you know, although Chicago was definitely bringing the glitz and glam this year. Did y'all see those in the stories?
Yep. Chicago was a vibe, it seemed like.
Yeah, everybody. Oh my gosh, Diana's her. Did you see her dress for Chicago?
Who, Diana?
Yes.
Oh yes, I did.
So good.
Coming through
so
like
good. Rochelle said, "Chris, bring your butt to South Florida Frogtails."
I'm trying, baby. I'm trying. We'll see what happens next year, Rochelle.
Deanna said, Chris, South Florida better be your first.
Ooh, otherwise I'm going to be in trouble.
Literally, the people have spoken. The people have spoken.
Right.
Number one, viscose and linen. Number two, cotton and linen. Ooh, I love a viscose linen blend. I actually have some on my cutting table right now that I want to get into so badly. Cotton linen. I don't think I have any cotton linen blends. I wonder what that's like in terms of structure. That gives me like a more like structured linen. Am I wrong on that? Rochelle said ATL was lit. I know, Rochelle. I was stalking all your stories. I saw. It was very lit. April said, I am waiting for NYC this year. They haven't done their Frogtails already? I didn't realize that because there have been so many going on. I just assumed that New York's had already happened for the year. Rochelle said Chris better not have her first ASF Rocktails. Hold on. What? Rochelle, what does that say? Chris better have her first at okay. You better have your first at South Florida Frogtails. I feel that. I do not project simplicity patterns. I told you, Rochelle, I'm scared of those patterns. I haven't tried the PDFs yet. You said the sizing was good, if I'm not mistaken. So that gives me more confidence because I know like you're legit about like your sizing and everything. But prior to like, I was like watching someone's video from before they had the big rollout of PDFs, and they were saying that the PDF wasn't coming together correctly. So that kind of turned me off from it. And I haven't looked into it since then. But if they do sell projector patterns, I feel like that would be more advertising for me for the instant gratification of it all. Be More is the first week of August. Okay, got it. Okay, yay! There is going to be a South Florida Frogtails next year. I will definitely be there. My sister is married, so there should be no reason I have to fly home a week before the event anymore. Amanda says I'm using V 18911 for pants, SA817 for a long vest. Ooh, and M2015 for bustier. I love it. A 3-piece? Okay, Amanda. I love that. That sounds so classy. I've been in Monica's ear about DFW. Good. Okay, Rochelle. So then the two of us are going to be in her ear about it. And I feel like, we're going to plant the seed. Also, the charm pattern Barbie top. I love charm patterns so much. They're so, so cute. I love that vintage aesthetic. I want to go to, Pat says, I want to go to Calgary. Am I saying that right, Frogtails? But it's on the other side of the continent for me. Okay, so you're not in the US, but Calgary is on my bucket list. That's actually where I first heard of Frogtails. I was watching Kittenish Behaviors channel, and she was going to a Frogtail, and I was like, why don't we have that here? And then I think New York started it. Hold on, guys, I got an iron. Chris, what part are you on?
Jilly.
Yeah.
Where are you at?
I'm pressing my side seams for the skirt now. Where are you at?
I'm sewing my side seams, but I've actually just basted them in place.
Okay, why baste it? Why did you baste them first?
Because I went ahead and did the full tummy adjustment.
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure I might need to size down to the size 12 in my skirt. So I just want to see if I need to take it in a little bit at the side seams.
Okay, perfect. And then if you take it in at the side seams, you're going to take in your waistband too, right?
No. Wait, maybe. Let me see. Probably, yes, probably.
Right?
Oh, let me see. So you guys, I went ahead and made a full tummy adjustment on my skirt piece because I have a little bit of a tummy, and I noticed in a lot of the photographs that the buttons were pulling over like the tummy area. Take a 12 for my skirt, and so I decided to go ahead and try out the full tummy adjustment, and if it works, it means I can probably size down my skirt front to the 12 instead of the 14. So that is why I'm basting it into place.
Where do you like your stuff to hit? Like high waist, mid, or your natural waist? Where do you like your stuff to fall?
Usually I like a lot of my stuff to sit at my waist just because I don't have like that curvy shape.
Uh-huh.
So I like my stuff to fall at my natural waist, but I am pretty high waisted.
Okay.
So
okay, let me see. Let's go back to the comments. Plus, New York is only a 4-hour drive by car. Oh, I didn't realize New York was so close to Baltimore. Chicago was a vibe. Yeah, you guys looked amazing. Amazing. I love the theme. I love how everybody came through for the theme. I was living for y'all's stories that night. What city does South Florida Frogtails happen in? So between Miami or Fort Lauderdale? I feel like the first year was Miami. The second year, it looks like you guys were in Fort Lauderdale. Let me know if I'm wrong on that, Deanna. Pat says, I have some cotton linen, but when it makes shorts, it's rough on the inside. Interesting. It was from Free Spirit. That's what I would think. Like the cotton linen would be a little bit more like stiff and structured because they're both like really naturally like, heavier weight, not heavier weight, but like denser fabrics. I think NYC may be in the fall. I would go to NYC if I had like a buddy. I wouldn't go by myself because that's too much city for me to take on alone. Amanda is working on that look, right? Sounds like it's going to be so good. I am trying it. It's a maximalism theme after all. Oh, I love that theme. I'm a maximalist at heart. If you can't see like all the stuff in my sewing room. So I would love that theme. How are the written instructions with the True Bias? I found them to be really good. Last night I went through all of the instructions. I can't find my booklet now. And I found them to be pretty succinct. It wasn't too much, excuse me guys. It wasn't too much. Like they weren't like over talking and giving you more than you needed, but I felt like it was just enough. And they showed the techniques well enough to where I could look at the instructions and then mimic that. Oh my gosh, Chris, are you already trying? How does it fit? How does it fit?
I feel like I need to size down because it has a placket that goes on the front bit.
It does have a placket that goes on the front bit.
It's already like meeting up in the front. And I have my dress on. So
it's all, yeah, that is definitely going to be too big. Do you want me to tell you how wide the placket is? I can look on my mock-up.
Please, yes, please.
All right, let me pull it out real quick. Okay, the placket is 1.5 inches wide.
So it's definitely going to be too big. So I'm going to go ahead and size down to the size 12 from the 14.
Yeah, it is definitely going to be, because it shouldn't close up like that.
No.
No.
All right. So that is what I'm going to do.
Okay, I think NY is toward the end of the year, September. Yeah, that's a nice time of year, especially for New York, because I think New York gets like those true seasonal changes. Although it would have to be, like end of September, beginning of fall. I don't know when they get, because in Texas it's still kind of summer at that time. So sounds like it would be nice. Chris and Julie are making headway in this Beat the Clock. I don't even know. I'm talking way more than I'm sewing.
Let's see where we at this time. Wow, we've got an hour and a half left to leave. We've got an hour and a half.
Okay, we can do this. Okay, Rochelle said you are right. We're planning on staying in Fort Lauderdale. Okay, that's what I thought when I was looking at all of the imagery and the information for Frog Tales. Somebody just said, how much time do we have left? We have an hour left, an hour and about 5 minutes.
What do you have, Julie? 1 hour and a half, 1 hour and 34 minutes and 28 seconds.
Oh, okay. So we have more time than I thought. Okay. Cool. NY Frog Tales is in September this year. Diana said, Chris, team no hip. My hips are my problem. Like I had to do a full bum adjustment because I knew that it was going to take up too much circumference trying to go around my hips and my butt. I don't know, guys, I'm going to mute the camera for like 2 seconds while I use my serger because it's really loud, and then I will unmute.
All right, so I'm trying to grade my skirt down, which means I am pulling from my unpicker again. So score for unpicking, 2 for Chris, none for Jilly. So go, Jilly, go, Jilly. Goodness gracious, you guys, trying to unpick this black thread in this black fabric. Oh, not fun. Luckily, I basted my side seams, so it shouldn't take me too long to unpick.
Oh, yeah, that was a good thing. That should be pretty easy to come out then.
Yeah. I should have done the mini skirt, Julie.
It's a lot less length to get through.
Yeah.
I was originally planning on doing the midi though, and then I changed the fabrics. And this pattern said that for the view A, it would take like 1.6 yards of fabric. And so I thought I wouldn't have enough to do the midi, but I think I actually would have had enough. Like, I think it would have been fine.
I think so. I think the fabric recommendation is a little bit generous because I think first I thought I had 2 yards of this fabric and I only had 1.5 yards, and I was able to cut out the size 14 and all of the main and lining pieces with the fabric that I had.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it would have been more than enough.
Yeah.
Okay, we're looking good. We are looking good. It looks like I don't know. Did the adjustment work? My butt is like so big. It's ridiculous. Rochelle said Diana's gown for Frogtails was lit. I passed out. Right? It was so good. When I saw it, I literally screamed. I was like, no way. Like the headpiece, everything, just magic. Amanda says, I always have to lengthen patterns in the back because I inherited my mother's butt. I don't know whose butt I got because my mother was not as shapely, but it's a lot going on back there. It's a lot going on back there. Let's see. Is it Zulika says, I need to learn how to make shorts for someone with a very round bum. If they want it fitted, I feel like that would be more tricky. But if they like that loose fitting short, then I always like rant and rave about the Vogue 1871 because I've had to make no adjustments to that pattern and it just fits so nicely. Like I'm actually wearing them now. Let me flash you with my shorts. If you can, where's the camera? Here's the camera. But I'm wearing them now. You can't really see because it's kind of dark, but I love these shorts. Rochelle said, my hips is a problem. Same girl. Same. I am team big over here. That is the story of my life. Like everything has to work around this bum. All right. So I think it's time for me to hem the skirt. If I could find the directions, I could confirm that. Here we go. Where are we at?
One bikini is done. So now I'm going to trim down my skirt.
All right, I'm going to get ready to hem mine. So it says fold up by 1/2 inch, then fold up by 1.5 inches. I added length to my skirt as well. I did a full bum adjustment and then I added 1.5 inches because when I tried on the original one, it was like super short, like too short to wear like out for me personally.
Yeah, but the mini length really looks mini for real.
Yeah, the mini is like super mini. Okay, loose fitting shorts. Dulik said loose fitting shorts for a guy. Have you seen the I don't know if you're in the US, but Norris Ford has some really good like loose fitting shorts patterns. My guy is pretty like long and slender, so they work well for him. But I imagine that he would probably have some like more like room, like some with more ease in them. Deanna said, I wish I had hips. It's all in my stomach. The butt I'm happy with. I feel like I'm just rounded. Like I have the mom tom. I have 2 kids and both my kids were by C-section. And then I have like a large bum. It's a lot going on around there, but I make it work. We're cute.
I've got a mom tom as well, and I had 2 C-sections as well, Jilly. So I know what you're talking about. With
it's there now. Like it won't go anywhere.
No.
Like it just wants to stay, and it's like leave, but no.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
So like I'm the opposite. Because of that, I pull everything up to accentuate my waist.
Mm-hmm.
And then it kind of masks what I don't want to highlight. Okay, Zulika says, I'm in the UK. Thanks. I'll check them out. Okay, cool. Yeah, I know the Simplicity website also has like a lot of their patterns. Like I said, he has some pretty good shorts patterns out. Some pretty cool sets too. Let's see. Pat said, a bit of a brag. While watching and listening, I just redrafted a 5XA pattern to what size? That is a bit of a brag. I love that. I'm getting braver about like not redrafting, but like altering patterns. Like this is my first time ever doing a bum adjustment last night. The live gave me the courage to do it. So shout out to y'all. But before that, I'd never made a proper adjustment to a pattern.
What?
No, never.
Oh my goodness, I adjust everything to the, oh my gosh.
Literally, I will just, I think Amanda was the one who said it. I will just add length to something. Like I'll make it longer in the back to account for the extra like width that I need, which doesn't account for width. It just accounts for length, but I pull everything up on my high waist. So it's usually fine, but I've never made a proper adjustment before yesterday.
Wow.
Nope. Too impatient.
Team adjustment all the way. I adjust everything for everything.
Yeah. I feel you though. It's life changing. Like it's so cool. Like watching it all come together and the pieces move. It was super cool. Rochelle says this heat have me on the couch, knowing I need to edit and work on my look pairing to photograph for Pattern Hackathon. It's girl, you're in Orlando. It's hot. It's hot. The heat is exhausting. Like, it tires me out. Dana said we are super cute, curves and all. That is right. We're cute. It's all good. We're gonna highlight what we want to highlight. She said, y'all, Rochelle says I'll be back in a few, cooking a snack. I'm about to miss a lot, but we'll be back for more commentary. Cool. Thank you for joining, Rochelle. Enjoy your snack. Have a snack for both of us. I'm talking so much, it's making me hungry. Okay, I'm gonna mark my first line for my hem. I think I'm gonna eyeball my hem. I don't feel like doing it properly. I'm just gonna eyeball it.
Right. Do you guys think we're gonna finish our skirts in time? I'll give you time. So we're down to 1 hour, 26 minutes, and 44 seconds. You guys think we can do this?
We can do it. I would like to have it to at least where I have the buttonholes sewn on. They may not be open, but I want them on the garment.
Uh-huh.
What about you?
I don't know, girl. With that waistband, and I'm really thinking about this belt loop situation.
Are you still thinking about the belt loops? What are you leaning towards now?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to still do them. I'm not going to sew my side seams.
You're not going to what? Say that again?
I'm now sewing my side seams. So
okay.
Belt loops.
Do you do like a ruler loop or do you fold it like bias tape style?
Usually I like to do like the loop and turn it out and trim.
Okay.
But these instructions, I think, have you do the like bias tape style.
Okay. That style is usually pretty quick if you have the piece cut out.
Which one? The
bias tape style?
Okay.
Because that's what I always do. Again, I'm always in a rush. Okay, I'm going to have to mark this next one.
Diana, what are you cooking? I'm hungry.
Let's see. I feel like I'm missing the comments, but I'll be over there in like 1 second. I just want to make sure that my hem is marked out correctly for the second fold. And then I'll stitch it down. So are you doing the same thread on all of yours, like no contrast thread, Chris?
Yeah, I'm using the same black thread.
I love how deep this hem is on this pattern.
Like it's like an inch and a half or something?
It's, yeah, 1.5 inches. Okay, I got that marked off and I'm going to fold it up. It still looks short, and I added a whole bunch of length.
That mini is mini.
Yeah.
When I saw the other pictures on Instagram, I'm like, ooh, this is a short skirt.
Oh, you looked at the hashtag? I didn't even think to do that.
Yeah, I did.
That's
why I ended up deciding to do the full tummy.
Were people having an issue with that?
Because I looked at the photographs and I thought,
Almost pressed. And I need to make sure that looks kind of. All right, let's see the comments. Oops. Deanna said, I can't even think of the pattern hackathon right now. You're trying to get through the new look challenge first. Chris and I still need to decide on our pattern for the hackathon for the last week.
Yeah, we do.
There's this super basic McCall dress. It's like 7971 or something like that. I was thinking we do that, but I'll send it to you.
Yes, please.
Julie said you can do this. Thank you. Got this. Simply Eve says, so proud of you. It takes so much convincing to adjust patterns. I usually adjust for my bicep and forget anything else, right? It's like you got to like amp yourself up to get into it and like get it done. And I'm very, very like proud. Thank you that I got it done. So thank you. But it was nervous. It looks so cool on the pattern piece though. Like watching all the patterns shift and move, like how you can add width to like the bum, but it doesn't affect the waist. Love that. I should look into a bicep adjustment because my arms are like a little bit wider. Mo says I definitely believe in y'all. Thank you, girl. We're gonna get this. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get close to the finish line. I don't know if we'll quite get there. Deanna said my sewing room is the back wall of my kitchen, so I am cooking and sewing with you guys. Fun chatting with. Oh, I love that. I love that. My OG sewing space was in between the kitchen and the living room, and that was pretty cool. I ate a lot of snacks when it was there, not gonna lie.
That is making me hungry. That is cooking chicken and rice.
Oh, that sounds so good. Do you guys have snacks in your sewing room? How do y'all feel about eating in the sewing room?
Well, I don't have a sewing room, so I've just got like a corner of my house that I sew.
Oh, it looks like a room, so it's just a corner like of what, like the living room?
Like at the top of my living room, sort of like. Yeah.
Okay, because it's a nice little corner. Like your setup looks like nicely splayed out.
Oh, this is just in the live, sweetie. Normally, I don't have my ironing board here. Like this stuff stays here, but there's normally my clothing rack right along here.
Okay.
And then I don't have like my ironing board here.
Okay.
So that I could get into my storeroom, which is here.
Okay.
But because I wanted all of it like centralized, I brought my ironing board here so that I could stay here.
Yeah, because it looks like nicely laid out. Like,
thank you.
My room is like a flex room. Like that's a thing that is a thing in Texas apparently. So it doesn't actually have a door. It's kind of like what would have been like a formal dining at some point.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. It fits over the bum. I don't know. Where's the camera? Can you guys see? Fits over the bum. Nicely. So we're looking good.
Nice. Ooh, that is short, Jilly. Whoa.
I added 1.5 inches to it, believe it or not. It's still short, but it's short that I can do. Like as long as I can put like a little pair of like booty biker shorts underneath it, I'm good. Right. But if like you're gonna see my biker shorts, I can't wear it.
It's cute though.
Thank you. I'm excited. Anna says we have plenty of time to finish. We got this. Simply Eve says you guys got this. Thank you. Denise the sloth so says hi Denise. I follow your channel. Simply Eve says hi Denise. Yana says potatoes, some chicken cutlets in the air fryer. Ooh, white rice, black beans. Girl, yes. Gonna come to your house for dinner. Dana also says she thought you had a sewing space, Chris. It looks like a legitimate space.
I don't have a sewing space. I need to get rid of one of my kids first.
My kids have the playroom upstairs, which is actually probably going to become my sewing space eventually, because this is probably going to have to become my husband's office. But we're not gonna think too far in the future yet. Sad thoughts. Dana says, okay, yeah. Simply Eve says, woohoo, no awkward hello him. I know, right? So exciting. I'm like so proud of myself for that one. That's kind of awesome. Thank you, Diana. April says, I'm making a polo dress. Ooh, like a knit with the polo collar. That sounds so cool. Are you doing like, right? That's a polo dress, like the knit dress with the polo, like 3/4 collar. That sounds super cool. What pattern are you using? I'm curious. Oops, sent too quick due to fat thumbs. I sew for a local nursing home. and make dresses for a 70-inch hip. The hips are easy. The shoulders make me crazy, along with the high round neck back adjustment. I have to do the round neck back adjustment, but I don't do a proper one. Literally what I do is if it's cut on fold, I just create a dart right there, and then I cut it as 2 pieces and sew up that dart to kind of like go over that rounded neck area. Again, I don't make proper adjustments. I just cheat. Deanna says, I want to close my carport eventually and turn it into a legit sewing room. Ooh, I love that. When we were living in South Florida, that's what I was thinking I would do eventually, was like, you know, if we have a garage, make that the sewing room. But now we're here.
You like it in Texas, Judy?
I do like it in Texas, but it's not home. Like, home is where your family is, and my family's not here. So I love it here, but it's like I miss my family. So I think eventually I will end up in South Florida again, God willing.
Okay.
But I have no problem with the city. The cost of living to me is better than South Florida. Okay. But I'd be willing to take that loss if it meant that I got to be closer to my family.
Okay. You have a big family?
No, I do not have a big family, but we're very close.
Okay.
Like, my sisters are my best friends. It's not like, and like, oh, my sisters are my best friends. They're literally my best friends. Like, my little sister is texting me right now. She's trying to sew with the sewing pattern for the first time, and she's like, this is the skankiest thing I've ever done. She hates patterns so much.
Really?
Yeah. Well, she is very much like an intuitive sewist. So like she'll try and like she can feel her way through it quite easily. But she's trying to like sew with the pattern and she hates it. But yeah, my sisters are my best friends. So we're not a big family, but we're really close.
Okay.
Let's see. Roasted. Sketch. Mo says, I know that's right, Chris. My son will be 20 this year and I'm counting down to the room takeover. That's so funny. Where do you sew at, Mo, right now?
Oh.
Say that again, Chris. Sorry.
A long wait. My son is only 2. Well, not even 2 yet. He's gonna be 2 in August.
Oh, you have a baby. I love that.
Long wait before I can take over a room.
How old is your daughter?
She's 7.
Okay, cool. Oh, you have like young kids like me.
Yeah. Yep.
Little tiny peoples. Dana said, oh, that is cute, Julie. They are your best friend. Yes, I love my sisters so much. They're literally the best things in my life. The high round neck is for the older woman who has a serious... Oh, okay, I got you. I just have like the iPhone problem where I'm like always slouched over my phone. April says, yes, I'm using the Love Notions Frankie Polo. I'm using it because it allows you to use wovens for the placket, the collar, and the sleeve cuff. Ooh, I'm using Ankara for those pieces. I love the sound of that combination. I also like that you can use the wovens for the placket. Vicky So's had like a shirt dress that was like that polo style, but it was like the knit placket and the knit collar. And I just fluffed it up so bad. That thing is still in like my return to pile that I'm never going to return to. Where are you at, Chris? What part?
I'm pressing the hem now.
You're what?
Pressing my hem.
Oh, nice. You got it fast.
I haven't sewn it yet, though. I'm just pressing it up.
Yeah, but that's still pretty, because the next step is then just stitching it down.
Yeah.
How much did you end up taking off of the side seams?
I took off a 1/4 inch on the front and the back.
Okay.
So we'll see. Whew.
You getting hot?
It's very hot.
Especially standing over the iron, I imagine.
Yep.
Chris, do you ever edge stitch the bottom of your hem?
Sometimes, but I prefer to top stitch it from the right side.
Okay.
But like in this case where the hem allowance is 1.5 inches, I might just edge stitch it.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. What are you doing?
I'm thinking about edge stitching it because, like you said, it's so deep. I just don't want it to like roll or puff up in the wash. Like I want it to stay nice and crisp.
Right.
But my problem is like if I edge stitch it, you're gonna see the edge stitching because it's gonna have to go through those embroidered flowers.
Oh, right.
So I don't know. I might not. I'm about to do one top stitching line on the right side of the fabric, and then I'll see how it looks after I press it out.
Okay.
This top stitching thread does not want to go through the eye of my needle.
Are you using the top stitching thread now on your hem as well?
Yeah, I stitched it down first with the white thread just to get like a clean line.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm going to go like slightly underneath that line with the top stitching thread. So it's literally just decorative.
Okay. Is anybody else on here able to watch the Great British Sewing Bee? Like, can you guys see it? It? I hear about saying I have a minute to go. Whew. It is hot. Right, so does anybody else watch the Great British Sewing Bee?
I've always been so jealous that it's like a UK thing.
Really good though.
Huh?
It has a really cool concept.
Mm-hmm.
Like the home sewers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just sewing them on something like Project Runway, which seems to have like a lot of drama. Like
It does have a lot of drama.
Like real sewing.
Yeah. Chris, I can't hear you. What happened? You just went out.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Oh, now I heard you. Okay, there you go.
Right. So I was saying like Project Runway has like a lot of drama.
Yes.
Great British Sewing Bee has like more sewing. And I really like that about the show.
Yes, it is more sewing centric. Like I feel like Project Runway is very much an entertainment show.
Yeah.
Whereas the Great British Sewing Bee is like more sewing, and it's also like so much better, like in terms of like community. Like you and I were talking about that, like how actually kind they are to each other. It's so weird being an American to like see that in like a competitive show.
Yeah. Everybody's so nice. People help one another. They answer questions.
Exactly. Okay, I'm almost done top stitching my hem. Okay.
I hear that.
The hem has been top. What happened? Say that again. Sorry.
No, Pat said she found it on a private YouTube channel, and I'm telling her it's totally worth it.
Oh yeah, don't feel guilty, girl. I just saw that. Don't feel guilty.
Diana said she loves the concept as well.
Luca says she hasn't seen the last season and she wants to watch it, but she refuses to pay TV tax to watch it. What does that mean? What is TV tax? I'm not familiar with that concept. She said, you have a minute to go, Chris. Julie, I have my space set up in the corner of my living room. Can't wait for a bigger space. I feel that. In our last house that we lived in, we had like a den area, and like each person in my family took up a corner of the room. So I sewed in one corner. My husband plays like video games. He had one corner. My daughter had one corner with her TV. And then my son had the entire middle because he was like a toddler. And, you know, baby toys are massive.
Right.
Let's make sure I didn't miss any. Amanda says, I'm the cool auntie. I can spend time with the nibblings and then send them back home at the end of the day. It works for me. Yes, I remember being the cool auntie. I am no longer the cool auntie. I can't send my kids anywhere now.
Thanks, Ev. Bye. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Please like the live before you leave.
Let's see. It was nice hanging out and sewing. Had to head to the store, have fun. Okay, bye, Eve. Thanks so much for dropping in. I watch the YouTube channels that do the recaps, but it's been a while. What platform do you watch it on, Julie? I'm going to send you the link, Mo. Are you on Instagram? I'm going to send you the link that was sent to me. Let me know if you're on Instagram. Zulika says we have to pay a yearly fee to watch. Oh, UK TV is somewhere around 100 and something pounds per year. Oh, wow. That is wild. Well, yeah, we have all these subscription services now here. Well, I guess that's like everywhere with subscription services just kind of like taking over the TV game. But we still have like live TV.
Talking about TV, did anybody watch season 3 of Bridgerton? Is anybody into that?
I have not watched any yet. I want to start from the beginning because I feel like I'm buying into the hype now. It's kind of hard to not watch it at this point. What about you?
Is anybody else watching? Has anybody else watched? All right, Jilly, my hem is done. I can move on to
button pocket time, right?
All right, so I'm moving on to my button band now.
Okay, yes, hem is done. Looking good. All right, time for the button band. Let me find it. Did you interface your button band or you still haven't decided yet?
I interfaced it.
You interfaced it?
Yeah.
I did not. I hope I don't come back to regret that later.
Yeah, I interfaced my, is that it? Oh yeah, I did interface it, yeah.
I haven't interfaced mine, but I think I should be fine because it's a denim. Hey, bud. Let's see. Okay, Mo, perfect. Send me a DM and then I'll send you the link. Deanna said Bridgerton was everything. Like I said, I think I'm finally like drinking the hype juice because like for a while I was like, oh, it's okay. I'm not gonna watch it. But now, especially like with the new character, it looks like her costumes are so good from all the promo pics I see. So I don't know. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. Zulika said, what's up with everyone in Bridgerton? Right. That's how I felt. But like, I think I've been influenced. I think it's happened.
It's so good.
It's so good. You agree? You're there too?
I love Bridgerton. I couldn't wait for it to come back out. I'm like, oh, yes.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I've always just kind of been like, oh, okay. But like now, like I said, I think I am going to watch it. I have Netflix, so there's no reason I can't.
Right.
Hold on. Let's go down. Where are we at? Zulika said, what's up with everyone in Bridgerton? I also think there's a massive crossover in the sewing community because of the costuming. Because originally, that's how Bridgerton came on my radar was the costuming. Mm-hmm. Especially since like a lot of people on YouTube who sew are like historical, like they like to sew historical garments and whatnot. Mm-hmm. So I think that's like where a lot of the crossover comes at for us. Hold on, let me make sure I'm doing this right. I am not doing this right. Let me unpin this. Okay, hold on. Amanda says, I haven't watched Bridgerton. I do still like seeing the still. Right. The costumes look so good. Hold on, guys. I have to actually refer to the instructions real quick because there was something with this waistband that tripped me up.
Are you on to the waistband?
Not the waistband. The button back. Yeah, my bad. Okay, fold it in half. Open it. Fold a 1/2 inch. This will be the front. Okay, see, I didn't do that. She said, Zulika said, maybe I'll get around to seeing what the hype is about one day. You'll be like me. I'm coming around to it. Pat says, yes to Bridgerton. Watch first for the second. First watch for the hot second. Watch for the close. Okay, got it. I could hack the sleeve patterns forever. The silks are gorgeous. They are so beautiful. So beautiful. They did a phenomenal job with the costuming. I like that it's like historical fantasy. So it's not like they were trying to be super true to like it, which I think is also appealing because you get a lot of whimsy that you wouldn't get if they were trying to be true to the period.
They did a really good job, I think.
And it says fold in 1/2 inch. When it tells you to fold 1/2 inch, Chris, do you measure or do you wing it?
I measure it. I measured it just now.
I wing it.
Normally, I have one of those pressing guide things.
The gauge.
Yeah, but I left it in my room and I can't be bothered to go for it. So
mine is like on the floor in the corner, but I don't want to maneuver around my hot iron to try and get it. So I'm like, whatever.
But I just marked mine.
I think we'll get this. It's all good. Okay, let's see what do we got. The Hope Israel. Yes, Julie, just binge watch. Literally, that's probably what I'm gonna do. I think it's like a more like adult show though, so I got to do it like when the kiddos are like not awake or around.
Yeah. Yes.
My daughter is like always somewhere around the corner. Most said I need to check out Bridgerton. I love period pieces. I think y'all would enjoy Gilded Age. Yes, Gilded Age is so good. I only got through the first season. And then I haven't watched the second season because they were releasing it in increments, which I do not appreciate on a streaming service. So I haven't gotten to the second season yet, but the costumes in the first season were so good.
I've never seen that one. I've never heard of that one.
It's an HBO one. It's loosely based on like the American family, the Vanderbilts, and like the railroad dynasty, and how like new money was coming into the scene and old money was falling away, and the clashes between the two. But it's really good. It's really good.
I've not seen that one.
It also has like a Black family on it, and the way they showcase them is kind of unique because, you know, usually they're showing like people who are not of the same social status, but it's very clear that this family is of the same social status. So I think you get like, or I don't think you get like the costuming from like both worlds, which I also like really appreciated as a viewer. I enjoyed it very much. I'm going to watch the next season. It's probably all out now. Okay, Pat said it's definitely a mature audience. That's what I thought for Bridgerton.
Yes, definitely mature.
Mo says the Palm Royal on Apple TV is awesome. That's my current guilty pleasure. Okay, I have to check that one out. That one I'm not familiar about. Oh, it's based around the 70s. I love 70s fashion. Is the fashion giving? That is the question for Palm Royal. Is the fashion giving? Because if the fashion is giving, I will watch it. Amanda says, I recently found out Bridgerton is spicy. I feel so silly and out of touch. Do not feel out of touch. We have lives. Listen, we have lives. You hear about it when you hear about it. You get around to it when you get around to it.
True.
Mo says yes. Okay, I'm about to make the first stitch on the button placket. I hope I'm doing this right because I'm talking a lot, but it's all good.
How did you attach yours, Julie?
So it said attach the right side to the wrong side, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm doing. I don't have no thread in my machine. I'm stitching air right now. How many bobbins do you preload before a project, Chris?
Just one.
Just one?
But I probably should start to do more than one.
See, I do just one, but I feel you. Like in my mind, I'm always like, I'm going to do at least two. And then I just want to sew, so I do one, and then I start sewing.
I only do one as well. So.
Just one?
Yeah.
Ooh, do you have a kind of thread that you prefer?
I like Gutenberg.
Same.
Yeah, I like Gutenberg. I see a lot of people talking about one is an Metla. Metla?
Okay, I'm not familiar with that.
Has anybody tried that? Metla? I think it's called Metla. Metla? Something like that.
I'm not familiar with that one. Have to let us know in the comments below. Okay, most of the fashion is definitely giving on Palm Royal. That gives me incentive to check it out because I have Apple TV too. So Lika said, I would have so many mistakes trying to talk and follow sewing directions at the same time. Yes, listen, it's a struggle. That's when I'm like, I don't even know if I'm going to finish because I'm like talking so much, but it's cool. We're supposed to enjoy the process, right?
Yes.
And the skirt is definitely coming along really nicely.
I don't know how they do it on the Great British Sewing Bee with all of that pressure with the time in it.
Yes. Well, that's why they all start crying at some point. I would cry too. Listen. Let's see. Dana says, I do 2 spools. I like polyester threads. I prefer polyester threads as well. It's like one of those things when I started sewing, I thought I would like cotton threads because, you know, natural fibers, but I definitely prefer the polyester threads.
Probably not. The ones.
Say that again?
The polyester threads are stronger, aren't they?
Yes. Let's see. Magali, I hope I'm saying that right. I'm sorry if I'm not. I apologize. She said, I usually do 2 bobbins because I want to be done with my project and then getting all anxious and exciting and I run out of thread. That pisses me off. I feel that. I think it's like I want to start so badly that I just jump into it and I don't like focus on the preparation as much, which is not really helpful at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. Luckily, my machine has like some jumbo bobbins. Let me show you. It's like my machine, my Bernina has like huge bobbins.
Oh, that's
so
nice.
This is like my bobbin for my Bernina.
That's nice.
Much bigger than my Singer bobbins. Like my Singer bobbins are tiny.
Yeah, these bobbins are small. They are not big. Like you're not really gonna. If you have a lot of stitching to do, you're not gonna get through an entire project with one bobbin. And then especially with top stitching, because that takes like even more.
Yep. So this is like my Bernina bobbin, and this is like my Singer bobbin.
Oh my goodness.
So
that is a massive difference.
Yeah.
So then you could probably get away with just one bobbin, right?
Yeah. A lot of the times I can.
Oh yeah, I pronounced it correct. Awesome. Good to know. Thank you. Okay, pressing the button placket and then turning it over towards the front.
Jilly, do you grade your seams or do you like just cut them, like trim them down?
I do neither.
Oh. What do you guys do? Is anybody else grading their seams or are you guys just trimming or do you leave them as is?
What do you do, Chris?
I grade mine a lot of the times.
Okay.
So just trim them down, but like for something like this, I'd probably grade it.
Uh-huh.
Because my fabric is sort of like medium weight, like.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd probably go ahead and grade these ones.
Yeah, I usually, like I said, I do neither. I usually just stitch them. Most patterns, though, I decrease the amount of seam allowance. Like with Big 4, they call for 5/8. I only use 1/2 inch seam allowance.
Uh-huh.
And I find that that's pretty okay in the seam. I also like to leave it in case, like, as you know, my body changes. If I ever need to, like, let it out, it's nice to have that little bit, which has happened.
Which is true. That's a good point.
But if it were 5/8, I think I would grade it because that's a lot of seam allowance.
What do you guys do? Is anybody else? Yes, Lisa, it is a huge bobbin. I love it. Did you go to the Bernina University thing? Amanda? Is that one of the newest ones?
Let's see. Zulika said that's a good tip. Never thought to load more than one bobbin, right? It's a good tip. I should do it. We should take our own advice. Let's see. That bobbin is huge. Yes, massive. Wow, Bernina for the win, right? That's a good selling point right there. Just show people the bobbins.
Yeah, it's a huge bobbin.
I'm sure that will win a lot of sewers over. Because like I can see my bobbin is getting pretty slim. I'm gonna have to change it pretty soon. Magali says, I wish my bobbins were that big. Maybe I need to see. I said that's a huge selling point, right? She said maybe I need to switch to Bernina.
Yep. Just for the bobbins.
You'd win a lot of people over with that. Amanda said, I watched it online, but it is a new one. Wait, watched what? Hold on, I gotta jump back.
Bernina University, I think she's talking about.
Oh, okay, got it. April said, I almost always leave them. My anxiety will not let me cut valuable seam allowance because if it's too small, I'm screwed. Oh, I feel that. You want to have that safety net. Zulika says she serges her seams. I do go back and serge my seams too, but I've stopped cutting off excess when I'm serging them, unless like I need to. Because that's a good way to trim your seams too, is just serge them.
True.
Although I think it was Pat, she said she accidentally cut her finger with the serger once. Somebody said that.
Yeah, Pat did.
This line is not straight. Are you still on the button placket, Chris?
Yeah, I'm braiding my seams. I just find it it's going to be easier to sew my buttonholes without bulk.
That's true.
In a spot.
Okay. I want to do the top stitching on the button plackets, but I am like worried about the time now.
Let's have a time check. Woo, 51 minutes and 13 seconds. Oh.
Yeah. And the skirt that they had to do in that episode of The Beat, it was paneled and everything. Like, it's a wonder any of them finished.
I don't know how they do it.
I don't either.
Especially even the made to measure challenges.
Yes.
Where you actually have to fit somebody else. I don't know how they do that in that time limit.
I think they get the measurements ahead of time though, right?
Yeah, but then if you have to make any on the fly.
Yeah, that's the thing. Until it goes on that human body, you really don't know what you're going to get. Zulika said it's possible to cut your finger with the serger. I'm shocked I haven't done it then. I'm so accident prone. Same girl, same. Yeah, when I first got my serger, I learned that there is actually a razor there. So I've always been pretty careful about it. Try not to let the kids get near it. Luckily, I have not. I have broken the razor, believe it or not. That was a time.
Wow.
Yeah, that was early on when I thought that I could search through pins.
Ah.
Dana said chatting is definitely eating up the time. I would have been done with my shorts. Right, I know it is, she said, but I'm having a great time. Same. Because I know there are points where I just stop sewing altogether and I'm like
because
looking at the computer.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, there are times that you have to stop sewing because you're concentrating on talking.
Exactly. I'm glad we have somebody to talk to, though. Thank you guys so much for coming.
Listen, one of my biggest fears was that nobody was going to turn up. Like,
yeah, it would just be the two of us. I literally prepped myself. I was telling Chris, like, even if it's just us two sewing together, it's going to be great. But it's not. So thank you guys.
Yes, thank you guys for joining us.
Magali says, I usually serge all my pieces before I start sewing. I do that if it's like a fabric that's prone to fraying, because that stresses me out. When it starts like tearing at the seams before you even get to it. All right. Pinning the button placket down so I can top stitch it down. I don't know. I think I might omit the top stitching so I can keep moving along. What do you think, Chris?
On your button placket?
Yeah.
So you're just going to use like regular thread?
That's what I'm thinking. So I can move on to the waistband. Because, I mean, the skirt is open and it lies completely flat. So if I wanted to top stitch it, I could always go back and do it. True. Exactly. stitching the end placket down. Oh, this is a lot of thread to stitch through. I mean, a lot of layers to stitch through. All right. So true here, right? Dana says, same here. I search every project prior to sewing. Okay. I feel like that must save you guys time, right? In the sewing process, because you're not having to like stop and serge as you're going. You can just press your seams and keep going.
What did I do with my pen?
You guys ever do like the hammering denim thing? I just beat it with my scissors.
What happened to my chapel liner? Why can't I find it? What did I do with it? Seriously, what did I do with it?
What do you have to mark?
I'm looking for my liner. I don't know what I did with it. Does anybody else lose stuff while you're sewing?
All the time. It just gets up and walks away.
Oh, under my machine. Jeez.
Most of y'all are doing great. This is a really fun live. It's beautiful energy and amazing conversations. I'm glad. I'm so happy. I'm happy you're here.
Thank you.
And you guys are actually chatting with us. That makes it like so much better. And y'all showed up. Appreciate y'all. Okay, I'm turning out my second button placket. Is this right? Okay, it's right. Whew. Chris, did you already make changes to your waistband piece, or you're just gonna leave it and then trim off the excess?
I'm just gonna leave it and trim off the excess.
That sounds like the time-saving thing to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Leave it and trim.
Zalika says, I'm crocheting while watching you guys. So anyone else creating? I want to learn how to crochet so bad, like crochet, knit, anything. Just put together some yarn, but it has eluded me up until this point. Also, side note, I read that crocheting and knitting is really good for the brain because it's like muscle memory. Like this one article was saying like how he had a brain outpatient, like she had brain surgery and he was, following up, and how she asked to like knit immediately after and how it helps like her healing process because it was like, using those pathways that were already there. So that makes me want to learn it more. Random story. Sorry, guys. Magali says, I serge all my pieces. I could just go ahead and finish my project instead of having to sew and then serge. I think it's double the work. I agree with that. So I enjoy the live tutorials. This is my second time participating. I like lives too. It's like a new thing that I'm seeing more and more, but they're a lot of fun. Especially when you already have something to do, like Chris was saying in the beginning, sewing can be pretty isolating. So it's nice to have like someone to do it alongside.
Uh-huh.
Zulika said, I didn't know that makes sense. Yeah, I thought that was like such a cool article and such a cool thing. That's actually what made me want to learn how to knit or crochet, just because, if it's good for the brain, it's an even better hobby, Then you can justify the expense of the hobby because it's really for your health.
I like how you put that, Jilly.
Okay, I'm winding my second bobbin because we don't have the Bernina bobbins, sadly. Almost there. All right, that's good.
That's
You know,
because
I just wait. Hold on. Say that again. Sorry.
no, Zalika was saying she's buying up all the yarns to prevent dementia.
Exactly. There you go.
That is definitely a compelling reason.
See, now no one can say anything negative about it. This is for your health. And health is wealth. All right. I am sewing with air again. Chris, where are we at on time?
41 minutes,
Whew.
56 seconds.
Okay. You think you can get your waistband on in that time?
I don't know.
My goal was to at least get to the buttonholes.
Let's see if we can do that.
Because then, I mean, the skirt is pretty much done, you know?
I'm trying to top stitch down one side of my button packet.
Okay, that's where I'm at too. This denim is thick. Am I missing anything in the chat? Jalika said, my sons and partner can't complain now. Exactly. Like, this is what you have to tell them going forward. Deanna said, I wish I could crochet or knit. Same, girl, same. You have time. Keep on sewing. We're going to push it. Like I said, I want to get the buttonholes because I feel like that's pretty close to done. Those pockets took forever.
Yes. I think that was the most time-consuming bit.
I agree. Oh, Chris, what did you decide on the button loops?
Huh?
What did you decide on the button loops?
I still haven't. Oh, I don't know.
Because that would be your next step, right?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like they will come in really handy for this skirt, but
yeah, given the type of skirt, like a black wool skirt.
Yeah.
I'm edge stitching the other side of the button band now, but I'm just doing the white stitching, the white thread, not the top stitching thread. Ooh, looks nice. Okay, next side. Are we missing anything? There we go. I think the skirt would be so cute sewn in like a linen.
Mm-hmm. Make it again?
Huh?
Do you think you'll make this skirt again?
I think I will make it again. I really like the pattern. The reason I said that is because I was thinking about doing it in a linen. The only problem is, like linen tends to grow. So I would have to definitely put the belt loops on in that case.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing more annoying than something like sliding off your waist when you're trying to wear it.
I hate that.
Chris, Camille said, is your fabric black?
Yes, it is. Boring black fabric.
Not boring, a staple.
A staple. It's going to get a lot of wear in my work wardrobe for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, let's look at the waistband insertion. Oh, it has you. Yeah, top stitch did that. Okay, it says press the bottom.
I know.
By 3/8. Wrong size touching.
That's because I much prefer prints, but
I'm literally the same. Do you have many solid colors in your fabric stash?
No, I don't have a lot of solids. Lots of prints. And I mean, realistically, I need some more solid makes. Realistically.
Yeah.
But I just don't enjoy them as much as making prints.
Same. Same. The prints are always so exciting.
Yeah. And especially like for my job, like I can't wear certain colors to work when I'm not supposed to.
Okay.
And so really and truly I need to have some more solids in my wardrobe. But I don't know, I like to feel excited when I'm sewing, and sewing prints makes me excited. So
right. I feel that way also about like sewing the necessary things. Like it will take me ages to get started on like a necessary project.
mm-hmm.
But like throw some frills my way, a dress that I'm only gonna wear to dinner tonight, and I'm all in.
Yep. I think that's why I've never made something like a t-shirt, because I'm like, oh.
Literally, that's what I'm trying to. That's the next thing that I'm gonna work on today after the live, because I need them. Like I need them, but they're just not exciting.
What pattern are you using?
I'm doing the Honey Girl Tee by Paradise Patterns.
Okay.
I actually mocked it up before the live.
Uh-huh.
And I needed to size down on it. They have like, she has a separate pattern she has a separate pattern for like D cups.
Oh.
And so I was gonna use that one because I am a D cup, but the problem is like even though I'm a D cup, like I don't want that extra accounting for it with my bust area. I still want it to be fitted, like you know. So I tried the D cup and I didn't like the fit. So I went down to the B cup, but the same, and I sized down and I like the fit. The fit is pretty spot on. So that's what I'm gonna be sewing. Hopefully tonight. Knock out like 2 of those.
So you're gonna do it all on your serger?
All on the serger with the exception of top stitching the neckband.
Okay. Do you have any tips for putting on like the neckbands on knit fabric so they don't stretch out, like get wavy and wonky?
Girl, no. If somebody in the comments does, let me know. No, the one that I did, I didn't stretch it out too much. What I've realized is like I shouldn't press my neckbands, which you know with wovens you're so used to like giving them a good steam to lay flat.
Right.
But I feel like with knits that was stretching them out, so I just like lightly steamed it. And that definitely seemed to help.
Okay.
But no, I'm very much learning.
So knit experts, let's hear from you guys. Give us the tips and tricks because we're woven girlies over here.
Through and
what
through.
Y'all say? What do y'all say about sewing knit fabrics? What do I need to know? What do I need to look for?
Magali said, "Ladies, you can do it. Thanks. We're gonna try."
Diana said she can't even buy a t-shirt.
Huh?
Diana said she can't even buy a t-shirt.
Yeah, she said I don't find them flattering. That's the problem I have too, but it's so hot. I just want to be like a t-shirt and shorts person some days, you know? Where are we at? Yeah, I just want to like be able to like have a little t-shirt shorts combination. Would be nice. Uh-oh. Hold on, guys.
Does anybody else have young kids? Anybody else in the chat with young kids? I cannot tell you guys how many times I've been trying to film like YouTube videos and then my son comes running in. Wait, why do I have a battery notification? Whoop. Okay, back up. Right, anybody else have young kids? I'm sure if you guys have seen any of my YouTube videos, you have heard my son like in the background. Because no matter how much I try and I'm like, I'm going to film a video, You guys go play on the other side of the house. Inevitably, they have to come running.
Make sure his tablet is plugged in.
Ebony has 2 kids, 4 and 8. Do I interrupt your sewing time, Ebony?
My bad, guys. My son was upset.
I was just asking Jilly who else has kids in the chat because there's sometimes I'm trying to do a YouTube video and my son is coming in. Call me, call me.
Sometimes I don't even edit my son out anymore because he's always in here, like sitting on the sewing table or something like that. It's just too much work. Where are we at? So like I said, I only just started with sewing, but it seemed pretty simple, easier than I expected. Just have to remember not to pull unnecessarily. Yes. Because then it gets like all wobbly on that hem or that seam. Dana says, some days I wish I had like a t-shirt to just throw on. That's where I'm at now. I just want something like, easy, not a lot of fuss, no buttons, no fancy frills and all of that. Camille said, I was wondering where he is. It's so quiet.
I put him out today.
Azalika says, I have my 2 grandkids, thankfully fast asleep. Fun.
Well, my hubby took my kids out today. I'm like, I want to do a live. What are you guys going to do? And he said he will take them out. So I'm like, yes, praise God. Quiet today to get this done. So
I guess we're good for the most part. They were upstairs quiet, but I guess my son's tired of being quiet now. He's like, enough already. Which I feel him.
And I mean, it's expected.
Yeah, exactly. Kids are loud. My kids are loud. I try not to speak for other people's children, but mine are loud.
Mine can be as well.
Magali said, Julie, do you know what pattern I would love to get my hands on? The Roxanne, but I've never seen a PDF pattern. Maybe one day I'll face all my fears and do a PDF pattern. Yes, do it. They're not as intimidating as they seem. As they seem. And I think Rochelle earlier was telling somebody, just have like a good music or like, video playing in the background. Brace yourself for the time it's going to take. Oh, is that our timer? Or is that another timer? Is that time?
No.
Okay, what was that on my phone? Okay, I think, what did I set my timer to? Did I set it early?
Perhaps you did. I'm going to double check the time in a minute.
Okay. Ebony has 4 and 8. Okay, my kids are 5 and 11, but soon to be 12. I'm downstairs sneaking in a few minutes or so. All the time, yes. They're always wanting to be in here. Praise God, I have teenagers now. That's wild. I think about like parents who are in that teenager phase, like when your kids just aren't little babies anymore. Like, what is that? Like, I don't know. I can't. My brain can't. My kids just got home. Mo, my baby is 11. Yes, my daughter's 11, but she will literally be 12 in like a week or two. So her last few weeks of being an 11-year-old, teardrop. Nana says, I have a 19 and 13. They're pretty good. Again, teenagers. I can't. Kids love the cameras and attention. Yes, my son is always in here on the table singing songs. My daughter wants to be in all the videos. I just watched Tima by FK. Sometimes her kids just show up in her videos. Yes, I watched that too. Her daughter will just pop in with all her cute little questions. I love her channel.
Oh, I like her channel as well.
Huh?
I like Fatma's channel.
Yes, she's such a creative sewist.
Did you see her newest dress with all that rick-rack?
Oh my gosh, yes, I stan. Like the process too. She went through like, all the time it took to get there.
Yep.
Goals. It's such a beautiful dress. But everything she makes is always so gorgeous.
Oh!
What happened?
I have been sewing on ear and I thought I finished my placket. Oh!
Wait, you've been sewing with what? Say it again.
Oh, look at me boasting about my big bobbins. And I've been sewing ear.
Oh no!
So I thought I was sewing my packet, and I've just discovered that I've run out of bobbin thread.
Oh no.
Oh.
That's always so sad.
I'm telling you. And the worst part is my machine has an indicator when my bobbin level is low.
And it didn't tell you?
It was flashing, but clearly I'm talking.
Oh, see, you're in the zone. Listen, that's what happens. You're in it now. You're like zoned in. You're trying to get this thing done.
Listen, this is crazy. We have 27 minutes left, Jilly. There is no way I am finishing this skirt. Oh.
But you're going to get close. You're going to get close.
Yeah,
the goal is to get close. I'm checking to see right now. Okay, it says attach the waistband, understitch it, then do some trickery. Okay, we're just going to go step by step at this point. April says, my youngest just graduated junior high school. I cannot believe I have 2 high schoolers. I'm telling you, that has to be the craziest thing to me. I'm sure people who are in it, it's like, yeah, this is every day. But seeing them so small, the idea that they're just going to keep growing, it's like, why? Why do you need to do that? Zalika says, no, I hate when that happens.
Nightmare. Oh.
Diana said, this is the nightmare, the bobbin thread nightmare.
Oh my goodness. Listen, I cannot believe it.
You sensed it was coming because we were just talking about that bobbin thread.
Definitely. Oh.
You were in the zone. You were in the zone. Okay, I'm going to try and stitch a little faster if possible. Let's see. It's looking like I'm definitely going to get the waistband on. I feel like it shouldn't take me 27 minutes to do that.
What, your waistband?
To get the waistband on, yes.
Oh.
Or what do you think? Do you think it's going to take like 27 minutes?
No, I don't think so. Especially if you're not doing the belt loops.
Yeah, right? It shouldn't take 27 minutes. I just have to stitch it close, understitch, and then attach. And then I think top stitch it down. If we were on the sewing bee, we'd be crying right now.
I will be crying, especially since I'm out. Oh, come on.
Are you reloading your bobbin?
Yeah, I'm rethreading my machine.
Okay, I'm trying to move quicker. I'm about to understitch the waistband.
All right, let's try this again. Oh,
make sure I'm understitching to the right side. Understitch to the lining. This is my lining. Sorry, guys. I know I'm getting a little quiet. I'm trying to like push through now.
Get down to fire. Oh my gosh.
I know. I've been so relaxed about the time all this time, and it's like, oh no. How do you guys feel about understitching? Do y'all understitch?
I do.
That is the one thing I will never skip. We've already established I don't stay stitch, but I have to understitch.
Oh.
It's okay, Chris. You got this. You got this. This is such a long piece to like understitch. Oh my gosh, it's going on forever.
I'm gonna try with the belt loops, Jilly. I'm gonna try.
You're gonna do it? Do it.
I'm gonna try.
I mean, I feel like also for the longevity of the garment and how you want to wear it, it seems like it would be something that you wouldn't regret having, even if it takes more time.
I am going to regret not doing it. If I don't do it and I have no belt loops, I'm going to be annoyed with myself.
Exactly. Zalika says she loves her Innovis V5 because it notifies her and won't let her sew further if the bobbin thread runs out. My machine does not do that. It will let me sew until my heart is content with no thread down there. Magali says, I know the feeling of running out of thread. April says, yes, I told them to stop growing at least a month. We were at the pediatrician today and I found out they were both my height. I cannot. I can't. My sister has twins and one of her twins, she has boy twins and one of them have officially outgrown her. And I'm just like, wow, how? Like, how? Zalika says, it's crazy when your kids grow taller than you. Yana said, it's all good. We are cheering for you. You got this. Amanda says the new Burnett has a separate motor for bobbin winding, so that would be nice to not have to change so much. Interesting. Oh, so is it like winding the bobbin as you're sewing?
Wow.
Is that a thing? Diana says, I love understitching for some reason. Yes, it's so satisfying. I agree. Understitching is what helps it to lay flat, right? Exactly. So when you have like a neckband or a piece that's going to have like another piece of fabric underneath it, the understitching basically pulls that down. So on that folded edge, you don't see the fabric that's behind it. I'm obsessed with understitching. I never skip understitching. Always do it. Right. Julie, that machine is disrespectful. Exactly. Like, how dare it? I'm telling you. It don't tell me nothing. It just lets me sew away. And I be sewing nothing. Okay, step 4, pin the waistband lining to the top of the skirt, matching the notches. With the right side of the waistband lining should be touching the wrong side of the skirt. Okay, right side of waistband to wrong side of skirt. Okay, we are pinning the waistband. The waistband should extend by 1/2 inch on both sides. Grade the seam allowances. Oh, the pattern is telling me to grade the seam allowances, Chris, but I don't think I'm going to listen.
Ooh.
Yana says, I need a machine with all the beautiful features, right? They just sound so lovely. I don't even see my notches. I think I forgot to put the notches on my skirt. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Right? It's okay. We're winging it. We got to keep going at this point. It says that the button placket should overhang about 1/2 inch on each side. So I'm just going to make sure I have that, and then I'll fit the rest of it. And that's what we're going to do.
I am sweating bullets now, Jilly. Oh.
I'm trying to move so fast. It said the right side of the button placket should be touching the wrong side of the skirt. Is that right? The right side of the waistband lining should be touching the wrong side of the skirt. Okay, just making sure. This feels so counterintuitive, like I'm doing it wrong, but it says I'm doing it right. My iron just cut off? What was that? I don't know what that was.
Good choice to skip the belt loops, Jilly. Oh, this is so finicky.
Oh, because you're trying to get it to fold over now instead of doing the loop that you're used to.
Yeah, and it's not even folded over in the normal like bias binding way.
Oh, really? How's it folded?
It's folded. One side goes in and the other side now comes over on top.
And then wool does not like to like lay flat. It wants to rise back up.
I've got my clapper, so I've been using my
Okay. Ooh, that's going to be a nice crisp seam though.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, my waistband. See, this is why I should have stay stitched. My waistband it has some slack in it. Okay, let's see what we got here. Uh-oh, I may have to do some easing.
Woo! Woo!
How's it going?
It's coming. I'm gonna stitch my belt loops down now.
I'm having to ease my waistband because I definitely stretched it when I was trying it on.
That is why we don't skip stay stitches.
I know. I'm learning my lesson in real time. Okay, just trying to ease this in. Where we at? The new Bernino 990 has a suggested retail price of $23,000. My goodness.
My gosh.
That costs more than my car.
Wow.
My goodness.
Oh, but Jilly,
oh, nothing a little gathering stitch can't fit. That's right, Anna. I should. Yes, just sew an E-stitch into it. You're so right. Let's see. Can I fluff it? Somebody once told me that if you're easing in and you put the side that needs to be eased in down, that the feed dogs will help ease it. So we're going to test that theory and see if they lied to us. Because, you know, social media always be lying to people. Let's see. All right. I'm attempting to do that. It seems to be going in. When I get like down to the wire, I get really messy with stitching. Like I just start throwing pins and stuff. Is anybody else like that? Get Stitch said, I saw an new advertisement for the new 990. Didn't know the price tag was 23K. Yeah, that's kind of insane. Easy Ezzy E says, hello from Australia. Hello from Australia. I love your accent over there. I think it's so like satisfying to hear. I don't know why. I'm sorry if that's weird. I apologize. Dana said that's a down payment on a house. That is a down payment on a house. Zalika said 23. Lord have mercy. Yes. Deanna said, Amanda, that Bernina needs to stay over there with that price. Almost through it. Are we getting it? Sorry, guys. I'm like dialed in.
The button loops and turn them under and press them. Oh my God.
How far have you gotten with it? Where are you at?
I'm at the step where you have to turn your button loop under a half an inch after you cut them into pieces. Oh. And press.
Okay, you're getting through it. It's going to be so worth it to have your nicely finished button loops on your skirt.
I think so.
I think so too, especially like I said, for how you want to wear it. I think that's kind of necessary, you know, a nice belt with it.
I think it'll go nice in the pockets as well.
Yeah. And then maybe, you know, if you ever want to go back, you could do that like matching belt. Do you have any of that fabric left over?
I don't think I have enough to cut out the belt.
Okay. I have a lot of this left over. I think like a cute like little denim corset top would be so nice.
Mm-hmm. And then you have a set.
Exactly. I love a good set. I live for a set. Okay, this last bit of easing is not behaving. What happened, buddy? Okay, I think I got it in there. The moment of truth is going to be like flipping it over and seeing if I have any like, you know, folds in the waistband. Mm-hmm. Get Stitch says, hey, Julie, not sure if you said it earlier, but did you do a tester for the skirt? I did do a mock-up for the skirt. I sewed one last night right here and some denim. So hopefully it could be like a wearable mock-up. And what I found with the mock-up was that I needed to do the full butt adjustment because my butt was causing the back of the skirt to ride up. And I needed to add length. So I added 1.5 inches. So it's still mini, but like this original version is like super duper short. So yes, I did do a mock-up. I didn't test out the waistband though, oddly enough, because I was tired. Where are we at? I think we're good. Okay, I think we're good. Looks good. Looks good. Okay, I'm gonna press the waistband, I think, and then fold it over and just top stitch it down. Press the waistband up away from the skirt. Finish that edge and then flip it over. Okay, I'm getting close to the waistband being done. I need to press it now. How's it going with your belt loops, Chris?
I'm going to pin the belt loops now to my waistband.
Okay. Okay, the waistband eased in nicely. Nothing a little steam can't fix. Okay, I have to fold over and finish the edges of the waistband, then flip it over, then I can top stitch it down.
You're doing good, Jilly.
I'm like trying to speed sew at this point. Like I'm not even like making markings right now. I'm just going for it.
All right, I've got my belt loops on, so I need to base it.
Yay!
Oh.
And then that gets folded over. Oh my gosh, this is so thick. The top corner of this waistband with that top the under stitching and everything. Sorry guys, that was loud. I was trying to like hammer down the layers of fabric so they lay flatter. Can anyone tell me about the rickrack dress that Julie mentioned? Yeah, so Tima by FK Fatmata over on her YouTube channel, she just did a dress that was inspired by this high fashion brand called Zimmerman. And it's like multiple layers of colored linen with like different colors of rickrack sewn throughout it. It's so beautiful. But her channel is Tima, Tima by FK. Izzy E says, I'm Afro-Latina from the USA with no... Oh, I'm so sorry. My bad. I'm trying to turn the corner out for this waistband. It's so thick. I keep trying to like beat the fabric down. Sorry, guys. I know that's super annoying. Okay, I think that's as good of a corner as we are going to get. Let's turn over the other side. Or no, let's stitch the other side.
All right, so I'm trying to attach my waistline lining to my waistline.
You've already got your button loops attached?
I've got the ones in. You have to sandwich them between the main and the lining.
Okay.
So I'm just doing that.
Actually, I'm going to turn this corner back out and see if I can trim it down just a smidge more because it's going to keep me up at night. Okay. Yeah, I have a few of that rickrack trend saved on my Pinterest Inspire So Good, right? Especially for summer. I feel like there's just something about summer and rickrack that just really speaks to me. Get Stitch. Yes, the dress that she made with Rick Rack was absolutely beautiful, right? So gorgeous. Ebony says, have the two of you woven girlies downloaded the free ballet bow skirt by Matchy Matchy from the Sewing Club? Oh no. I'm gonna take a picture of that so I can remember to look that up later. I'm assuming it's a knit skirt then. Is it a knit skirt, Ebony? Get Stitch, Chris, you are totally focused on getting it done, right? She's lasered in.
Listen, I am so off.
Okay, I gotta turn out the other side of my waistband. Did I just try and cut through a pen? Oh gosh. Yeah. Okay, let's try and turn this corner out now. Oh, these corners are so thick. Ebony, yes, it's high side slits, so I figure you might like it. I'm almost done with one in Ankara. Ooh, the woven with high slices and tie bows. I'm definitely gonna look into that. I love a good skirt pattern. I feel like I'm always trying to find the right skirts. Like I've sewn quite a few and I've only ever kept like 2 of them in my wardrobe, but I'm always down to try a new one. Okay, pinning the waistband down for the top stitching. Chris, when you get a moment, let me know where we're at on time. I definitely don't think I'm going to get to my buttonholes considering. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get to the buttonholes because I would still need to make the plate, like, you know, the buttonhole markings and all that good stuff.
You've got 5 minutes and I'm grading seams to my waistband. Oh.
I told you I am not grading seams. We are living on the wild side. We're folding this baby down and she is getting sewn today.
And because I've got the belt loops in now, I've got extra like bulk.
Yeah, that's true. Where are the belt loops coming from? The side that's understitched?
I think so, yeah, at the top, yeah.
Okay. Okay, new goal. Let's just get the waistband finished before time is up.
Oh, there's no way I'm getting this waistband finished.
You got this. You're stitching it down now, right?
No, I'm grading seams, Jilly.
Oh. I'm like, you got this. It's just one long stitch. If you hadn't put on the belt loops, though, you would pretty much be done with your waist seam probably. You'd probably be past me.
I think so. I think I would have gotten further if I didn't do the belt loops. But then I regretted not doing the belt loops.
Yeah, because this is ultimately something that you want to wear, you know?
Yeah. And there's no way I would go and unpick it all just to put back in belt loops. So
same. I like lie to myself and I'm like, oh, I'll go back and I'll fix it. I never, ever do. Ever. That corner looks good.
And I mean, if it's any consolation, they weren't able to finish their skirts on the Great British Sewing Bee either.
Yeah, for them, I don't think
we're done.
Did anyone finish them?
I think maybe 1 or 2 people did, but they weren't very tidy.
I mean, this is a wild project to take on, and theirs was paneled. Again, I don't even know how they got close. Yeah, Diana said, don't stress yourself, guys. This is supposed to be fun. You can finish off camera. I did have a lot of fun throughout the entirety of this. I think that's why I'm so far off from finishing. Yeah. So I agree. Okay, I have the waistband pinned. Now I just have to top stitch that down. Actually, I'm going to hit this with the scissors somewhere. I'm going to mute myself for like 2 seconds so I'm not like banging in your. Unmute. Yeah, my machine is not happy about trying to sew through all of these layers without a heavier needle, but we're getting through it. Say that again.
What are you pounding your seams with?
My fabric scissors.
Oh.
Salika said, almost there. Magali said, Chris, you got this.
One minute, Jilly, and 35 seconds.
That's it? Oh my goodness. I thought at least I would be able to stitch down this entire waistband.
That 1 minute.
You got this. Give this a little tug. There we go.
All right, let me see if I can edge stitch this. On the stitch, I mean, before this is up.
I feel like we're pretty spot on about what, well, I thought we would end up at the button plackets, but we're definitely ending up on the waistbands. And to trim a little bit more off of here. Okay, got the waistband attached. And give that a press. Okay, so this is as far as I got. Where's the camera? Camera is here.
Oh, let's see what you got, Jilly.
So this is as far as I got. All I have to do is add on the buttons.
Wow.
And she's cute. She's short, but she's cute.
You go, girl.
Whew. Okay, where are you at, Chris? How far did you get?
Listen, I have got a waistband.
Okay.
It's not finished yet, but I've got the makings of a waistband with my belt loops.
Nice.
And my skirt. So at the very least, she's very neat. I think she's very
is.
Let me see, make sure I've got it on the right side. So this is the right side.
Love.
So I'm pretty happy.
Look at that button placket. That thing is crispy.
I think so too. I think like.
Oh yes, perfect. The fit looks so good too.
I feel like once my waistband is on, we'll be
perfect.
It is a bit longer than I would usually like.
Yeah.
But I think I'll probably just like omit like the bottom button or something so I can flash a little leg.
Give it like a little slit. Yes, a little leg action.
But pockets are dynamite. If you guys have this pattern, I would absolutely recommend
Yes, the pockets are so good. The pockets are the time consuming thing though. They took like 500 years. But look, they're so worth it.
Right. So I just stopped the timer. So that has been 3.5 hours of sewing. So yay! Listen, I had a ball. This was
I did too. This was so fun.
Yes, this was a great chat.
Fun.
Both of us, we were super, super nervous before we got
on. Yes.
And I think you guys helped make it a really, really relaxed environment, notwithstanding that we were sewing on our faces, trying to finish up in time. the company has been really, really good. And it has
Yes.
encouraged me to want to give live sewing a try another time. I don't know when, but some other time, just
I
because you guys
know.
kept company, you guys were engaging, asking questions, answering what we were asking. And so thank you guys for taking time out of your busy days for joining us. I will finish my skirt off camera and I'll be back here on YouTube at some point and over on my Instagram to share. And Jilly
Yes.
as well, I know she's going to be back with a fly YouTube video about her skirt. So I just wanted to say thank you guys for joining us. And now I'll hand over to Jilly for her final comments as well.
Oh my gosh, yes, I'm so cheesy, but like, thank you guys so much. I was so incredibly like nervous about this. Like, I put out a video, letting you guys know that I would do it, and then you guys showed up, and I think that's like absolutely so cool. This was way more fun than I thought it was going to be. I have been like so opposed to lives just because I feel like I'd be super awkward on camera, and if I was, then you guys didn't make me feel that way. Thank you for Chris, obviously, for having the guts to even like say, "Hey, let's do this." If we do it again, hopefully we can do it together because I really, really like the format of the two of us here doing it together. I think that was a lot of fun. I'm so happy that people showed up and you guys hung out for like the entirety of the live. That's incredibly awesome. So thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. I am going to get something to eat, I think.
Oh my gosh, yes, I'm so hungry.
Yes, I need a cup of tea and then we will be back to finish up. I'll be back, finishing up my skirt hopefully tonight, and I'll share it with you guys sometime soon. Just on a side note, I'm hoping that you guys have seen about my pattern hackathon over on Instagram and here on YouTube. If you have not, head on over to my channel and check out what I have to say about the pattern hackathon. It kicks off officially on the 30th of June, and we are encouraging all sewists in the community to get involved in pattern hacking. Now, I have ambassadors for the entire month of July. Jilly is also an ambassador for my hackathon. You saw a lot from Diana in this chat and from Rochelle. They are also both ambassadors for that challenge as well. So I want you guys to participate. There will be good prizes to be won. So head on over there and check out all of that information. Thank you again so much for joining us. And I think we are signing out. Peace.
Goodbye, everybody. Thank you guys. So much fun hanging out with y'all.
Bye, Jilly. Thanks, Jilly.
Bye.
All right, cool.